podcast ever recorded. And today we're heading out to Forks, Washington, and I hope we make it by twilight. Let's go.
That was perfect.
Thank you.
Good old Forks.
Yeah.
Love that place.
I've only ever been to Spoons.
Yeah.
Not as nice.
No, it isn't.
No. They know how to plow, though. They have a lot of farm fields.
It's true.
Out in Spoons.
Yeah.
In Italian, fork says forchette.
Yeah, is it?
That sounds fancier.
So is that how it's pronounced?
Forchette. Welcome. There's a lot of Italians in northwestern America.
Sparkly one.
Yeah.
Welcome in, everybody.
Hey.
Thank you guys for
Italian.
being here.
He wasn't a vampire. He was Italian.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Almost all of my critiques are out the window now.
Yeah,
Everything makes sense if you
cross
know
it
he's
all
Italian.
Yep, that's it.
Right? Okay, perfect. So thank you guys all for being here. We have the voice, Nicole Freer.
Good day.
Welcome in. Straight from Italy, almost.
I did actually go
Right,
there very
recently.
recently. Yes,
Yeah.
for a wedding.
Okay. We are back battling another fly again tonight because now that we're in a place where we don't have 4 doors you have to go through to get in, there's just one
Yeah.
door from the street. Now they are here. So do your best to somebody karate chop this thing once we get into it. Also, Genevieve Hauser back again. What's up?
Hey.
Hello.
Welcome back.
What's up?
Are you fully awake and alert? I know we just had a 3.5 hour car ride back.
It took me a minute, and I was struggling a little bit when I first came in here.
Yeah.
But I think I'm good.
I was like, no problem. We'll fly all the way back from Green Bay after a Packers game and zoom right in the door and have enough energy to do an episode. We could do it.
Yeah, I have caffeine, so I'm good.
Perfect. Well, welcome back. And we also have the mad genius, Joe Goratowski, in the house.
Yeah, but not really. I wasn't really supposed to be here, was I? I wasn't the first choice.
Well, we were going to do an all-girl, and me, panel, but
Yeah.
Steph is traveling this weekend, and so I thought of all the guys that were going to come in
Yeah.
and do Twilight, Joe.
me.
I think you're happy to be here. Yeah.
It's me.
Glad you're here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you're secretly really happy to be here. Not even secretly, just publicly happy to be here. Am I wrong?
Hold on a second. Oh, jeez.
Threatening to spill its buttery bounty on my trusty sweatpants, I hit play on Twilight. Ah, yes, the movie that single-handedly redefined
This is my inner
what it means to
monologue.
swoon,
Oh.
cringe, and silently judge teen romance. Here we go. I mean, who doesn't want to watch a teenage girl fall madly in love with a brooding vampire? It's like, oh Bella, have you considered therapy?
Okay, wait.
Daily dose
What?
You typed this out
Maybe?
while you were watching it?
Well, I seen Bella have the inner monologue, and I felt
Wanted one
Oh,
too.
you
I wanted one too.
Come on.
Got it. You wanted to have your own inner monologue. Now I understand.
Edward. With that pale complexion and those intense eyes.
Do you want your phone to do the episode for you tonight? I mean, we could just prop it up next to the
It's
microphone.
like he's perpetually experimenting with the just rolled out of a gothic rock band rehearsal
Yeah.
look.
Your phone's using all your best stuff.
Okay,
right?
I'm sorry. I'll stop now. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I have more.
No, you're good. That's a genius idea. If we could just somehow figure that out, maybe with Elon Musk's BrainLink thing, we can just have our
Yes.
inner monologues be part of the show at some point.
That'd be great.
I'll make appointments for all of you to get the chip.
Sure.
Okay.
Great.
And then just for the sake of the show,
I love chips.
then we'll. That's genius.
Pringles are the best.
I love that. No, it's a different kind of chip.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It still goes inside your head though. But regardless, thank you and your inner monologue for both being here
Yes.
today.
Yes. I mean, maybe we can play a little bit more, or
Yes.
I'll like
Anytime
share
you
it
want.
afterwards.
Please,
and
that'd
such,
be
but,
hilarious.
Yeah. There is one thing. She's so clumsy. It's a wonder she hasn't tripped over her own thoughts.
Wow.
You're saying that the movie went to great lengths to show she was a klutz?
Yes.
No. Well, I'm glad that you're all here and that none of us tripped over ourselves to get in the door and that we're all ready to roll today.
Right.
I appreciate that. Let's dive into the vitals here because what we're going to do, if you've never listened to the show before, we're going to give you everything you need to know about the movie. Then we're going to go scene by scene through the movie and then ultimately give out some awards and some things and say, okay, here's what I liked about it. Here's what I hated. And is it actually a bad movie? Or maybe it's a good movie. And Twilight is a movie that has divided people for what? At this 16 years now.
Yes.
This movie
Pretty
came
much a
out.
century.
Right. For
If you
all
round
of
up.
the 20th
Yeah,
century,
sure,
mostly,
yeah.
for most of it.
Yeah.
And I know people have dug in, and there are people that want to punch this movie in the face if they had the opportunity to, if that was a thing. And there's other people that have, Twilight body pillows that they cuddle up to at night of Edward or their favorite character.
Definitely
or whoever.
not him.
Joe?
For sure.
Whoa.
You have a Jacob,
No, I don't.
body pillow?
No, I don't.
Oh. Bella?
No.
Jessica?
Nope. This is the first time I've ever seen this.
Don't back order. It's cool.
First time ever.
This is the first time I've ever seen the movie.
A new mega fan being born right here. That's kind of an amazing
Well,
thing to see.
there may be some truth to that.
All right. I can't wait.
We'll get into it later.
We'll get into it. Movie was directed by Catherine Hardwicke, written by Melissa Rosenberg and Stephanie Meyer. But Stephanie Meyer, we know, is the writer of the novel series,
Yes.
which anybody here read those books? Not a one.
No, I don't read.
That's
That's the funny part. You know books and I don't get along,
I
he
appreciate
says.
that. All right. Well, look, thank you guys for. Let me back up and actually say, I appreciate none of you want to admit that you read all four of the books, but this is a place for honesty. This is we're not a circle anymore, but this is a trust circle, trust rectangle,
Trust
whatever you want to say.
square.
Okay. But in the future,
I am
it's okay
digging
to
the new
admit.
rectangle, though.
Thank you. Yeah,
This,
I'm excited
this is nice.
about it. Yes.
This is nice.
We have more
Yeah.
space.
We do.
We're
Yes.
we have more than our 2 feet of table that we had before.
And I can look to the right and left.
And
see.
straight.
I can see all of you guys.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome. Fantastic. Movie starred Kristen Stewart's Ghost. Robert Pattinson was also there, and Billy Burke, among a slew of others as we go through this. I thought the budget was going to be bigger. It seemed like a big budget movie, but for 2008, this is a medium to small $37 million budgeted film.
Some actors who were pretty new.
Yeah, not a lot of big names they had to pay big salaries to.
Yeah.
Right.
The effects they could have spent a little more money on.
Oh, come on.
But here's the good news for the people that wrote the checks. $408 million box office pull.
Yeah.
$400 million. That's more than 8 times the budget there. Yeah, crazy. Movie, though, here's the bad news. Because you knew if it's on our show, there's going to be bad news and a reason why it's here.
Somewhere. Yeah, it wasn't about
Yeah.
the money.
No, it's not about the money.
Not about the money.
It's a 5.3 on IMDb.
Wow.
Guys, we just talked about movies like Police Academy, and I Know What You Did Last Summer that were well above 5.3. You know what else we've done that was a 5.3? Just to know what ballpark this movie, the company it keeps,
Please
Hands
tell me.
of Steel is a 5.3.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Xanadu is a 5.3. Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
And Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren is a 5.3.
I feel like people were so polarized though about
Yeah.
Twilight that I'll bet some of the votes were from people who were like, "I'm making burner accounts.
You just
We got to bring this thing down."
one.
Right.
Maybe it's possible.
Yep.
And the film sits right now at a 49% critic score.
I think there's a fan book or a Facebook page just dedicated for people
Right.
to downvote this movie.
Yeah. Thank you for coming. Please vote 1, and then you can have membership into our club.
Yeah.
The snacks are not available until you show us
Until you show us.
what you
You've
made.
proven that you have done the thing.
Yep.
Yeah. So critics not great, 49%. But here's what does make sense, because IMDb score generally tracks with audience score for the most part, because they're both audience metrics. But this has got a 72% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, but only a 5.3 on IMDb. It's a little goofy to me.
Tis.
Tis goofy. But here we are.
I think it makes sense.
It more
Yeah,
than
I
qualifies.
get it, honestly.
Thank you guys for listening. If this is your first time listening, and because you maybe let's just call a spade. We have a 98% male demographic listenership, 97% maybe. There are women who listen and
Hey,
are fans
3%.
and have written in and sent
We're
us
represented.
So thank you. But maybe you're just listening to our show for the first time because you're a big fan of Twilight. And maybe there are guys that are big fans of Twilight. I'm not saying that
There
there's not.
are.
There
Key and
for
Peele
sure.
is a big fan.
But it definitely skews to one or the other. And so welcome in if this is your first exposure, like, oh, a podcast reviewed my favorite movie. I'm sorry if that's the case, if that's what you've done today, but welcome. And for those of us for those of you who have been longtime listeners, I just want to point your attention to something. A lot of you have been listening to us on our audio medium, but do you know we have a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
And that you can watch the video version of this if you like, or if maybe you listen to the audio, but you heard in the episode that what sounded like maybe me choking the life out of Bob in our last episode, you can go and check out what that looked like on our YouTube.
And you can gaze upon
Yeah.
me.
You could.
Maybe.
In all of his glory.
Probably not.
You could see his beard and the different colors that weave themselves into each other. It's amazing. Look, we have about 40,000 subs right now. We'd love to get to 100,000 subs. So if you haven't subbed to our YouTube, here's a shameless plug. YouTube.com/badmoviesrule. Please go and sub. Thank you very much.
Smash that sub button.
Do it.
Is that what they?
Punch it in the face
that
like
what
you
they-
want to Twilight.
Destroy
possibly.
that like
Yep.
button.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that what they
Suck
say?
that venom out.
Yeah.
That's right.
Some people.
And then go have a sub sandwich.
Please. In the meantime, we're going to pay some bills, so we'll step aside for a second. You guys ready to jump into our scene by scene?
I'll hold on to your back like a spider monkey.
Oh, will you?
Yes, I
Because
will.
we're running up the mountain, Joe.
Oh,
Okay, we're doing it, but not yet.
No,
because the movie
not yet.
starts in somewhere.
It's Bambi.
Phoenix.
This is how.
Thank you.
This is what actually happened to Bambi's mom.
Oh, that's she went to play minor league baseball with another deer. That's what happened.
No, she got killed by vampires.
Oh,
She can get shot by the
'Cause it was
hunter.
a deer running around.
oh, gotcha. Okay.
Oh, do I have to do this?
Well, look, there's an inner monologue, like Joe already pointed out before, right? I never really thought about how I would die. And I'm like, I have. After one line of dialogue, I've thought about how you would die.
right now, I'm
dying
thinking
now.
about that a lot, actually. Yeah.
I find myself dreaming about when this will end. And we've just started.
And I already wondered, like, when it just started, what was the direction? Like, sound as sad as you can
Yeah.
and as distant as you can. Go.
Nailed
Please.
it. Nailed it.
Yeah.
And do this from under your covers.
Right.
If possible. Just to get that extra layer in there.
Yeah.
I can't leave Phoenix. I've been here so long, but my mom has to go play, or her new husband has to go play minor league baseball. So I have to go move in with my father in Forks, Washington, and I haven't been there since I was a girl, and blah 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 blah. But this is I'm setting up so you guys understand the movie.
She set it up.
She is now going to move into this little town in Washington.
Population 3,120.
You remember?
No, I wrote down.
Okay, perfect. Two very different responses I would have, whether you wrote it down or remembered it
I like it had 3210, but in different order.
in a different order.
Yeah.
This is a rainy, sleepy, cloudy town in Washington. Your typical.
Oh, that's typical.
Yeah, of that
that's,
area.
Yeah, that is. They call it.
Northwest.
Was it Seattle Sunshine?
Right.
Yeah.
Dad is the chief of police, Charlie, and he's friends with Billy Black, I think is the guy's name, right? Like from the res, and they established that right away. There's a native reservation nearby, and Jacob is from there as well. And she shows up. And right at the first time she's there is when she also meets those two guys from the res, along with her father. She's not meeting him, obviously, but he's out there too as well. But they're establishing some things right off the bat, right? Like here's Billy Black and his super creepy son. And Bella shows up, and she's a cute high school girl, well, kind of. And Jacob, stop staring
I
at
have
her.
nightmares of the face that he made since we watched that movie.
Yeah.
That is not a good first impression, buddy.
He's smiling, but his eyes also are saying, I might murder you.
Right?
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just like a weird combination of the two. And the length of hold of the eye contact for someone you've just met for the first time was uncomfortable.
Well,
He's
no, he
met
met
him
her.
before.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
They made
made
mud
mud
pies.
pies.
They made mud
Mud
pies
puddles.
together.
Right.
And he like
Mud pies.
imprinted on her or whatever.
Yeah.
And
as
he
the wolf
fixed up
study.
her truck for her when she got back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. I can't forget the beater truck that they gave to
So
her.
he's a nice kid. He's just got really weird.
Also, maybe his
facial
school's
expressions.
really small on the reservation. He doesn't get like social skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
Maybe.
willing to give Jacob the benefit of the doubt.
I don't know how big it is.
I don't know. They give her this old truck, and this is our introduction to her. And her first day at a new school, rather. Right?
This is so unrealistic.
Oh. No.
I've been shuffled around to several schools in my
Yeah.
lifetime.
Yeah, yeah.
And at no point in time, of course, I was in like a pretty
Do not sell yourself short.
Oh yeah, like
He was the pretty.
yeah.
You were never
Down
the
girl
quiet,
here, but,
mysterious
Bows in
girl.
your beard. I know.
I did not get all eyes upon me and get everybody coming up to me and be like, "Oh my God, you're this person! Oh my God!"
I want to write a paper, or I want to write a story in the paper about you.
Yeah. First day of school.
Front page.
Yep, front page.
Her quirky girl energy is like over 9,000. You know, and it's just like she's powering up at a level that's dangerous to everyone around her. She might overheat. It was every cliche, cringy. I'm super awkward girl, but you know.
Yeah.
She's holding a stack of books like this.
Yeah.
Right, like just
Hunched over.
What are you going to write about? Anorexia?
yeah. She's so quirky, and she's so. It's just like
She's not like other girls.
She's
No.
not.
No.
She's not. We can establish that.
she's not athletic. Right? The
Cross
first day,
that,
like
cross
they,
that off the list.
they were
It's
basically
not like other girls. No. Got it.
No. Within seconds, Eric wants to write the story about her. She's quirky. She's not athletic. They show
No.
her in gym class immediately, just so you know. She's like you know, like swatting at a volleyball like she's
Yep.
never seen one in her life before. And I was like, oh, Jenna in gym class. Look,
Yep.
it's-
I mean, it's pretty accurate. There
you go.
Yeah.
exactly. She gets a friend group in 4.6
Yep.
seconds.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is so unrealistic. As someone that's moved schools like 5 times,
Yeah.
never happens.
Never
No.
happens.
No.
They're taking her picture because it's like she's a movie star. It's like it's like NPCs and the main character, right?
She is main character.
Absolutely.
Main character energy.
Energy, there it is.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Also, she got to park right in front of the school when she parked one of those days. It was like,
Yes.
And then she's like, "Bye, car," and then goes.
Yeah, their parking lot is
truck.
really weird. Yeah.
She's pale and quirky and sardonic, and she already has guys after her. Like she's there, and Eric and Matt are already like trying to have a competition over who's going to riz her up first.
Sure.
Yep.
It's like, bleh.
Well, there's always the if you don't try hard, then people like are more attracted because they didn't. You know, you don't need them, so they must have to go after you. So maybe that's like what they were
Yeah.
writing into it. Like she just doesn't care,
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Playing hard to get.
or just playing disinterested. So go ahead and try it. Wink.
Right.
There's also not a lot of girls in Forks, Washington, I'm assuming, that are.
Well, Anna Kendrick is there,
yeah,
Yes.
Anna Kendrick is there. Yeah.
It's
and
waiting,
her
for the,
friend Angela.
it's waiting for the cups to come out.
She took the ticket for the long way round.
She did.
Yeah.
So she'll be back later. It's a long way around.
It's a long way.
It's long.
Right. Enter while they're in the cafeteria, and she's already becoming the center of this friend group, and she just got there. Enter the Cullens. The family walks in, and Anna Kendrick just does the Lord's work here and does all the exposition
All
of
of
the
it.
movie.
Right. Right.
And it says who each of these people are, right? And like, oh, they're foster kids of Dr. Cullen, but they're not blood related.
No.
And so they're all dating each other, and it's
But
not
they're
weird.
siblings at the same time.
they're
But they
siblings.
live with each other. It's really weird.
Yeah.
And every one of them can hear what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because they're obviously all vampires and they hear everything.
Right. And they can all hear it. And then Edward comes in and she gasps, he's as pale as I am.
Who is he?
Who's he? Ooh.
But her pale skin is not part of the movie. Do you know what I mean? Like they don't
No.
comment on it. And I'm like,
But she's as pale as they
is
are.
she a vampire?
Already?
Is that what
She
we're
fits
doing?
in. Yeah.
Yes.
Is that why there's? I mean, the first time, it's the second time I've ever seen this film. And the first time I was like, that's why they're made to be together because she doesn't know she's a vampire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
But they're all, she's actually paler than them. Okay.
And she came
Because-
from Arizona too.
Right.
I don't know how you not get a tan.
Well,
which
they
they do
comment
talk
on
about,
that, yeah.
right?
I knew they do say that, but I still don't understand how
Because
you
she
not
slept
get
in
a
her
tan.
closet. She literally,
Sure.
the sun never, if the sun ever was to break through, she would
Right.
run under the bed or something. It's the only way she could be that pale and live in freaking
And that's
Arizona.
why she can't play volleyball because she never practiced. For
Oh, because
Yeah.
she probably has brittle bones.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Lack of vitamin D.
All
Absolutely.
that stuff.
Just
Yep.
And honestly, she's paler than them because her neck's not red.
There it is. Yes.
Yeah.
They didn't really seem to take the vampires' makeup all the way down.
On their ears too.
Yeah. Yeah. So I
Oh,
was
yeah.
just like, they have
Hey.
white faces and then regular body
that's
middles.
expensive. That's
Body
expensive.
middles and red ears in a few scenes.
Yeah. If you get embarrassed, people's ears get all red, I guess.
Right?
They're just embarrassed.
I'm like,
Hey, when you're cold,
Come on,
your
guys.
ears get red, right?
Yeah.
but Jenna was so uncomfortable. I want to call you on this since you're not doing it yourself.
Okay.
The across when Edward sits down, Jenna just shouted out, the across the cafeteria eye contact.
I like okay in middle school, right? When I would get to a new school, I had like, I guess kind of like dreams of this happening, right? Where like I would sit down and then like I'd make eye contact across the like making eye contact across the bar. What I assume it would
Yes.
be like, except it's like in a cafeteria,
Right.
and
So this was a dream moment.
yeah, but seeing it in a movie format kind of made it cringy. I realized how
Took the luster out of
It's
it.
like, oh,
Yeah.
Well, it's not just their eye contact. All of the vampire brothers and sisters are also watching the eye contact. And that's
Yeah.
extra creepy when people are watching you watch someone.
Yeah.
Right. And we realize later it's because he's trying to read her brain or something, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like you just met. You haven't even met, and they're just stare down across the room from each other.
And she smells like steak.
Apparently, because she walks into science class, right? The next scene is Edward sitting in science class already. She walks in and steps in front of a fan, and
Yeah.
he catches a whiff of Pella, and he loses like,
That's how I felt when I was watching this movie. Just, okay, I'm done. I'm leaving. I don't want to watch this anymore.
it's a great first impression.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. She sits next to me. He's like,
Oh God. Here's your tapeworm. Oh, stay away from me.
I need to drop biology class right
Yeah.
now. This is
it's not because it's not because of you.
But really, he was trying not to breathe, so he didn't like lick her on the arm, I guess.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
would think
problem.
that was the
Possibly.
problem, is that she smelled so delicious
Right.
that he couldn't help himself. But it seemed to her,
Right.
Well, and I do like
Well,
her.
I
At
mean,
one
she-
point in time, she's
literally
like,
goes,
right?
she does like this. Like, is it seriously? Is it me?
Okay, most people at this point would be like, that guy's a jerk and leave him alone. But she is so offended that she goes on like a 3-day mission
Yes.
to get answer. Why don't you like me?
She's love-offended
Offended
because she loves him.
already.
I mixed those two words together.
Do you think she's
Write
already?
that down.
Do you think she's
Love-offended.
by this point she's already in love with him?
They're made to be, okay?
So you,
Together.
It's love at first
to be.
stare down across
saw him
the
in
cafeteria.
Yeah.
And then she walked into biology class and he goes, "Ugh," and she's like,
Oh yes, you will be mine.
where have you been all of my life? Literally.
right. She doesn't even know him. She's like, revenge tour. I got to find out why he doesn't like me. And he doesn't show up the next day. And she's like, why isn't he here? Instead of getting on with her life.
Yeah.
The only reason she wants him to be there is just so she can ask.
She also has no extracurricular activities.
No.
Nothing
No.
really to fill her day.
No.
I don't know if she's got a TV.
She probably went home and showered like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Just in case. Yeah.
She probably scrubbed herself from head to toe. Yeah, just
To
sit in the
wash the
shower.
ick
just,
off of me.
do I really smell? And she's just like loading with deodorant and
Yep.
perfumes. And
Before she enters biology class, she's just spraying herself over and over. Yeah.
Yes.
not going to happen again.
A couple of cutaway scenes. Some security guard gets eaten by a dog or something.
So who cares?
That's pretty much how they
Blah,
skipped
blah.
over it. Yeah.
And then she goes to the diner with her dad. And this dude comes up and is like, remember when he used to sit on my lap?
What purpose did he serve other than just
None.
cannon fodder for another death?
It's just so
Right.
later
Farther
on
down
we
the
know,
line?
Oh, that's the guy.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Okay, so but why like that? Why like, hey, I was Santa Claus. Do you remember when you were 4 years old?
Yeah.
I just, it's like, that was.
It did make people feel a way, like a not very comfortable way to hear him say that. So maybe they just want to elicit lots of emotions from you throughout, so you feel
because
a lot.
It was awful.
It was awful.
the way he said it.
I didn't
or
like the feeling.
did they like put the point of the fact that he was a Santa Claus maybe made him endearing?
Or that he's remembered for 13 years the one time this little girl sat on his lap.
Also
it's really-
creepy.
yeah.
Oh, so she makes an impression everywhere she goes.
Yes. Main character energy has now reached 10,000 critical
10,000.
levels. Levels are critical.
I mean, the waitress was like, I know you love Barry Cobbler. I'm going to bring that out because that was your favorite.
She brings out, I'm like, eat your burger, Bella. She doesn't take a single bite.
And she like just shakes the ketchup bottles. Like,
Yeah.
that's not how you...
Just, yeah.
That's not how you get ketchup out of that. You just
No.
turn it upside down and
Probably
squeeze.
takes 7. They're just like,
She's like, yeah.
They don't have ketchup bottles in Arizona where she's
Oh,
No.
that's true.
from. Yeah.
Not in her
too
closet.
dry for ketchup.
Not in her closet.
Not in her
Never.
closet where she lives. All right. Finally, Edward is back. Okay.
Finally.
He's back in science class. They have to do this microscope assignment together. There's a golden onion on the counter and says whoever finishes the microscope assignment first gets the golden onion. And he's trying to be nice. Hello. I'm sorry, I'm doing this wrong. He's got to look down but up at
Yeah.
her,
Right?
Yeah.
right?
Hey.
Like head down,
Brooding.
looking up.
Real brooding here.
Right? It's always like,
Hey.
hey, I'm Edward.
Hi. Oh my God. Hi, Edward. How are you?
And no, I'm sorry. You need to be Bella.
Sure.
Oh, damn it. I wanted to be Bella.
I'm the next one because we're going to do this about 40 more times. Hey, I'm Edward.
Hey, hi. I'm Bella. What's happening? Oh,
Just wait.
I'm doing the 30-second stare after he says
but you're pointing, and I'm like, what did I do?
no. Because he said, hi, I'm Edward, and then stared at her for
Yeah.
30 straight seconds
That she was like,
of eye contact. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Just waiting for a cut.
so then I thought, oh, wait. They can't do this because vampires are stopped by onions for a second. And I was like, no, it's garlic.
Garlic, yeah.
garlic.
But I was like, oh, they're going to win the golden garlic together. And it was onion. Never mind.
and then it's,
Allium.
wait, hold on, I got it. Then he's like, do you like the rain? And then she goes, she doesn't
Really?
just say like, are you asking about the weather? But first she's like, with the lip bite.
Yes.
She hits the lip bite, and then she's like, you asking me about the weather? Yeah, I guess I am.
James,
Why
you had
did
me
you
at
nail
hello.
that?
I guess
Why
I
did
am.
you know that?
I guess I am. And then long stare. The longest, Joe, the longest pauses, the longest stares.
But it's both of them, though. It's not just
No,
Edward.
it's not just
Yeah.
that. It's both of them. They'll
Oh, yeah.
say something, 10-second pause, then they respond.
They save so much money on actual like sound for this film.
Right. She walks, and then they're going
then-
passing the microscope behind, back and forth, and like it's I don't know,
Prophase, I think?
prophase, whatever.
Yeah, I
Or
can't figure it out.
anaphase.
Well,
Yeah.
like I said, that's that thing you do all the time. This is so us.
He's like, I've been through biology 19 times.
Yeah.
I already knew it.
It's also true. Then they walk out of the classroom with the golden onion.
Yes.
And I'm like, with as long as they were pausing between sentences, there's no way they finished first.
No one else must have done the assignment.
They're the only ones that did the assignment.
Yeah.
Because that took them forever. And when she comes out of the thing, I was like, this is the only thing that matters to me now in this whole movie is how the hell does she get the golden onion?
Yeah.
Here's the thing, too. She never brought up the thing, like, with him saying that she smelled bad or
Yeah.
anything.
Never asked.
And I know she was thinking about it the, 3 days he was gone. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell him off. Like, and then she didn't say a word about it.
Maybe foreshadowing, maybe why they finished so quick because Edward is the fastest.
Oh.
Maybe he ran up and stole the onion.
Oh.
And that's how they
He
got
did
it.
so fast.
Like,
You know what? Just keep it. You already got it.
Right. It's very close to garlic, but not quite.
Yeah.
It's spicy. That's why I like it.
Yeah. I think she was wearing a pajama top over her shirt as her shirt,
oh, jeez.
I think.
Were you not into it?
I mean, do your thing, honey.
They walk over to the locker. They're still sitting there with the golden onion. And she goes, yesterday your eyes were black
Yeah.
and now they're brown.
Yeah.
Do you wear contacts? It's the fluorescence. Bye.
He doesn't even say
was
bye.
out.
Yeah.
It's the fluorescence.
Yeah.
Turns and leaves.
Which, like, would
Okay.
be funny.
Bye.
It could have been funny, but it was because of this movie, the way they set it up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
As he walks away, he'd be like, fluorescence also make me have to poop. I don't know, he's just like,
I could then like see him get to the end of the hall and like not know which direction he's gonna go. He's like, I'm gonna go this way. No, this way.
Yeah.
This is not. I'm not awkward.
You're awkward.
yeah,
Just say that only.
you have contact. And I know that's also not, I know those are pajamas.
Then they stop and he turns around and stares at her for 30 seconds.
Now you got to get that before he leaves.
The boy band thing.
The down the hallway eye contact. Before he leaves. It's so bad. This school is just like every other school, though. where everyone huddles around their cars after school.
Oh, of
in
course.
the driveway, like everybody.
Is that real? That you're
No,
oh.
we joked about it.
Oh, okay. I was
Does
like,
that.
maybe.
They're all huddled around all their cars.
Yeah.
She nods at Edward as she walks by and then turns towards Tyler, who is driving his van in. And he doesn't. Small adjustments, Tyler. Small adjustments. Whoa!
I can't control of it.
I can't control my.
I panicked. It was a squirrel.
Yeah, that's what he says later. I panicked.
Yeah.
It's rain. It's
Yeah.
not even ice.
No, he
It's
lives there.
rain.
Yeah, he does live there. So
Yes.
Assuming he grew up there.
yeah.
I think he was secretly
You don't
trying
know,
to kill
Joe.
her.
He was secretly trying.
I think he was secretly trying to kill her.
So watching
was
the movie,
paid.
I thought maybe someone was trying to kill her.
Yes.
Like that was the thing.
He's waiting outside the driveway. He sees her coming up.
Yep.
He's like, all right, now.
Yeah.
Oh!
That's how Edward knew,
I'll
because
give
he could
you
read
3
minds.
LL Bean rain jackets if you knock her down.
That stuff is
And a
like
kayak.
gold in
Come on.
Washington
That's
State.
it. You need that.
Okay? That's how they survive
And
out
2
there.
galoshes.
That and moose hides.
Moose hides and galoshes.
And a
Yeah.
couple Columbias to throw in there.
That
Just
is
Sure.
For sure.
Sure.
For sure. Some
Patagonia.
parkas. Patagonia?
Patagonia.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I'm saying it with that
I don't know
accent.
either because that's not Washington.
No.
Neither. No, but it's the only one we do, eh? The van starts to slide in sideways.
I burst out laughing. It's just
And Edward just whooshes in there,
yeah.
cradles her
Oh, of course.
in his arm, one hand out, but with the eyebrow up too.
Yeah.
Just like Jetta's doing over there.
Doesn't even break eye contact.
Doesn't even break eye contact.
And those eyebrows are no full-in eyebrows, by the way. That's like 4 of the average person's
Yes.
eyebrow.
Boom, stops the van with one hand, dents it, and then 10 seconds of uninterrupted eye contact.
Yep.
And then he zooshes off again.
Yeah.
Yep. This is
Which is a combination of whooshing and
that's
zooming.
what he looks like.
Yes.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
On the cover. When he's holding her. That's the look he gives her.
By the way, when he went away for 3 days because she smelled too delicious, did he
Yeah.
take lessons about how not to be like looking like he's gonna die now?
so.
Because he kind of figured it out.
What they did is they went and captured a human.
Yes.
And they had Edward, he'd sit there in front of the mirror, okay, and he'd look at himself.
Okay.
And they okay, bring them in. And they
Yeah.
would like, wingy, wingy, wingy. They'd wheel the human.
What are you doing to me? Just shut up. Just shh.
2 Patagonias in it for you. Hold on.
Yeah, just, we don't eat people.
No.
Just want you to know that right
No.
off the bat. You're not going to get eaten.
Yeah.
I just need him to smell you for the
Yeah.
next 3 days and get over it.
I know this is technically kidnapping, but I
Sure.
hope you can look past
Sure.
that.
I know you're not as attractive, but you're a Washington State 7, okay?
Right.
It's the best we could do. It's the best we could do. All right.
Oh boy.
And then that's how he got over. So he came back that day. He was like, I'm ready. I'm
good.
Hi, I'm Edward. Like,
Hello.
Hello, I'm Edward.
day.
When she comes in, right?
He's got his lines written on his palm and he's reading them.
Do you like the rain?
Anna phase.
And a face. He knew the answers. He'd taken this class before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. At the hospital, we meet Dad Vampire. This is because she's getting checked out at the hospital, even though nothing really happened to her.
He's whiter than his
Yeah.
lab coat.
He is.
I don't think anyone but them could see if she got hit at all, though. Maybe because
No,
there was like,
because the way it was sandwiched.
Yeah.
They tried to be like,
Yeah.
no one else could see.
Yeah.
And so, Tyler's there. That's when he says he panicked, whatever. Dad Vampire comes up, and the first thought I was like, are only hot people allowed to be vampires?
Yeah.
Or what? Like,
They're
is that
all
a
just
rule?
models trying to get into
Yeah.
LLB.
Is that why I didn't get CC'd on that email? Like,
a lot of cheekbone.
A lot of cheekbone, right? Because this guy is the one that made all these vampires in his family, right?
Yeah.
And so he obviously only chose
He like scouted.
exceptionally hot people to be in his family.
They have a cousin.
He doesn't live with them. He stays in the shed.
He's like the groundskeeper, you know?
Oh, dang.
He goes, oh, man.
I'm sorry, man. I had to save him. He had gout. She doesn't fit in with her family.
He had leprosy. You couldn't have saved me before the leprosy kicked in.
Right? No.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're alive, aren't you?
Was it then when Edward was like, we shouldn't be friends?
In a second, he comes
yeah.
up here. Yeah.
Because were they actually?
No.
Okay.
Not yet. They weren't.
Cool.
They're going to be.
She says to Dad Vampire, your son jumped in and saved me. And he's like, well, Ed's really fast. So, what? Somebody needs a pinky transplant. It's just, Every time she brings up anything, they just
What's that over on the wall?
what's that?
Yeah.
Well, he's just a fast kid.
That's, yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need to be somewhere else
Yep. Bye.
immediately.
Doing work here. I got lots of things to do. Got this thing in front of me. Wow! Oh, look at that! I got that. I got this, and
This guy sewed himself to his pants. I got to get over there right now.
Twice last week, George. Come on.
it's the berries above the twig. We got to
Every
get them out.
time.
We got to get them
Got
out
to
of
put
it.
the berries back under the twigs.
Exactly.
Right. It's a bad situation.
Nature.
We might have to amputate. Let's hope not.
Twig and berries.
Let's hope not. All right, so this is where Edward shows up, and this is where he's like, "We shouldn't be friends," but he also does something terrible. He just tries to gaslight her
Oh yeah, he does.
that this never happened.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I was right next to you.
What are you talking about? I think you hit your head, Bella.
Yeah.
I didn't run over or do anything. And she's like, "You asshole."
That made me so mad.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was terrible. He's not very nice to her at all. Like
It made most of us go, why is this happening?
Yeah. The movie didn't do a whole because he's also like later, not just this interaction, but even some interactions after this, he's still kind of a jerk to her.
Yeah.
And this movie doesn't do a lot to alleviate the trope of must go after the bad boy and I can change him and fix him.
Oh, 100%.
Because he's like mean to her. He acted like he wanted to barf when he saw her. He tried to gaslight her. All these things, and every one of those things,
Check.
Red flag after red,
Red flag.
Yeah, negging her, right?
all that has, and all it does is each time make her more obsessed with him.
Yes.
And it's just like,
crazy.
What kind of message is this
Not the right one.
sending?
So I didn't read the books, but maybe it kind
Yeah.
of melds more in the book.
I
than
don't.
here.
I mean, they've only got so much time in a movie, right?
Yeah.
But like, as it's presented in this, which is the only way I'll ever consume it, not a great look.
Yeah.
For Edward and Bella.
I'm not doing any more research.
Maybe if I play my cards right, he'll smack me tomorrow.
Right.
Like it's just we're building up to.
I get
being
it.
Beaten.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the way he shows his love.
It's unhealthy.
It is. It is.
You should stay away from me, but I'm going to stay real close to you from now on.
That's right.
I'm gonna watch you
Yeah.
without your permission.
Yeah.
right.
But get away from me.
Yeah. Get away from me.
Get away, get away, get away, get away. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Get away, get away, get away.
Exactly.
Come here, come here, come here.
The next scene is her having a naughty dream, I suspect, about Edward because she's in bed.
Oh, you
and
know
she's
it's naughty.
jostling, and then she's seen flashes of
Yep.
Edward, and at this point she says that she's in love with him. I
Yeah.
think, right? She wakes up and says, "I know two things." I don't remember the
There are
stupid
three
dialogue.
things that I know to be true.
That's right.
Well, after the research.
no, wait, wait,
that-
wait.
But that's
That's
later.
after.
That's later.
That's later.
That's later.
That's later. Don't
But she says
spoil it for everybody.
She's obsessed with him.
She knows
Anyway.
a lot of things to be true.
All right. It's field trip day.
Yay.
Mike tries to propose to her, but she directs him to Jessica, aka Anna Kendrick, and she accepts. And
Yeah.
like, Sabella's like also not just quirky, awkward girl, but she can just know
Matchmaker, matchmaker.
everything that will work for everybody.
Yeah.
Right. Then she says, "I can't go to prom with you because I'm going to go to Jacksonville or whatever." Then they get to whatever dumb greenhouse.
It was a greenhouse.
place that
Yeah.
they're going for biology.
Yeah.
And Edward walks up, and is like, "What's in Jacksonville?"
Yeah.
How do you know about that?
I heard.
I heard people thinking that.
I mean,
heard through the grapevine.
Right.
Sorry, I'm rude. You probably hate my guts.
Yeah. I got this text.
why are you nailing it? I'm a little concerned.
Because he took lessons.
I took lessons.
That's it.
It's because it's so. What's the word? I'm
Natural
looking-
to you? No, I get
natural
it.
to me.
I get
I'm
it.
such-
There you go.
You got the
In
riz.
you know,
Riz.
if the only thing stopping me is that I'm a Wisconsin 4. That's that. Otherwise, I was basically Edward.
Yeah.
I just didn't have the.
Yeah.
Because Jenna.
Yeah.
You said this to me. I'm like, oh, go ahead. You first.
Well, I would say I will back that up. I was in high school with this man.
Yeah.
Okay. He was a solid Antioch 4.
Yeah.
All right.
What is an
And he-
Antioch 10?
Oh.
I don't think we have enough time.
No. Walter, what's his name?
Oh, Walter
Yeah.
Martins.
Yeah. Walter Martin's
Yeah,
proud. He's
yeah.
proud of the Antioch 10.
Now, what you said something to me in the car.
Okay.
You said all the stuff that he does Now imagine he's an ugly person.
Yeah.
No.
It's a facade. Literally, it's all gone the second like you think of him as like maybe like a 5 out of 10.
Right.
Because he's probably like a 8 or a 9 where he's at.
Oh, don't. He's a 10.
Okay.
That man's
I didn't
a
know you
10.
felt that way about him.
Listen, I may think this is a steaming pile of dog crap,
The point
but
is,
I will not deny the fact
If
that
he
man
was
is a 10.
ugly, if he was ugly, everyone would think that he's a terrible actor and that this movie's terrible, and
but because he looks the way he does,
it
it's
works.
just like, oh, tell me I suck again.
Well, the other thing though too is there's apparently like we're supposed to not feel it, but there's some like magnetism between them that we can't understand.
I don't understand.
I
And
wish
they
I
never
understood.
explained it anyways, by
wish
the
I
way.
understood this. Yeah, whatever. They did have the most accurate portrayal of a high school boy ever, and they usually don't do this in movies. But when she walked past my Eric, and he's got a worm on a stick, and he's just like, "It's a worm."
And she's so much more mature than that. So
Completely
really-
unfazed by
Brushes
that.
him off.
Oh my god.
But was she anaphased by that?
Never. Oh.
Wait. Nice.
She talks to him the next day at the salad bar, where all the important.
By the way,
conversations happen.
if
Yeah.
the vampires don't eat,
No,
why are they spending so much time in the cafeteria?
It's the social spot.
Yeah.
it's the
Why don't they just pretend they're homeschooled? Then they don't ever have to keep going to these high schools and they can keep moving whenever they
I
want.
would
They
think
could-
that
That's
would
the
be
perfect
a
question. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Why even go to school in the
Nicole.
first place?
You just single-handedly destroyed this whole movie, and I love you for it.
Really? No, you're cool.
Yes. Yeah.
You don't. Jennifer's was like, do I have to do that?
No, you stand up. Yeah.
No.
Oh, sorry.
That
You
was
stand up, you
incredible.
stand up.
Sorry.
Just
Sorry.
Yeah.
homeschool.
Yes.
I need to get with the program. I
Or
bet.
not even. They don't even need to go to school.
Just go work at a vegan
Just
burger place.
Live in the
and-
forest.
They'll
Right.
literally just live in the forest. That's what I would do.
Well, they have to be near a hospital, so
Yeah.
Daddy
kid
can,
Can work.
Can afford his awesome house.
where I would live.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Of course, if you've been around that long, couldn't you like play stocks? You know, and
Right.
Oh, you'd have so much money.
Yeah, you invest in some stuff.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, they can't go back in time and be like Apple, but you can.
No, but they'd have enough that they could just try a little of everything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
figure it out, right? Yeah.
Not that they need money to survive.
No.
Right.
All right. So at the salad bar, Edward's like, if you were smart, hold on. If you were smart, you'd stay away from me,
Yeah.
right? I was actually spent all night thinking about, like, I don't know, radioactive spiders could have done this or what. That's all. Those are all heroes, but what if I was the bad guy?
I'm the bad guy.
There you go.
Duh. Sorry. Maybe Billie Eilish wrote that song about Twilight.
This
Billy Cullen.
it's just the big. He's the bad guy. He's the bad boy. It's just
That protects her.
Why does he want to protect her so bad? That's the thing. And
They really don't go. They
Because
don't
you
go
can't
into it.
know how their magnetism is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's unseen. It's unwritten.
Secret.
He can't, even though he can read everybody's mind. He knows what the dog is thinking. He knows what the hamsters want.
Yeah.
Right. He can.
does he read animal minds too?
Oh yeah, I'm sure he does. Yeah, goldfish.
That would be awful. Every
Yeah.
dog walked by. Ball, 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 ball.
treat.
Or they could be really deep, like no one knows what I know, and I could save the planet, and the super is sad, and so
You think these dogs are walking around
I
thinking
think one dog.
The trouble
Just
I
one.
see.
No one will listen to me.
Nobody knows my sorrow. She's a bass.
It's a base. But no, he can read everything,
Yeah.
but he can't read her.
And that's why he wants to protect her.
And that's why he's drawn to her. That and her musk
It must be that and her beautiful skin.
and
To him.
her bloodshot eyes with the dark circles underneath them.
And her winning personality. Yeah. Jacob doesn't come to the beach with everybody to La Push because it's on the reservation. And so when Bella gets there, Jacob is there, and he tells the story about why the Cullens don't come on the reservation. Because back when his great-grandfather was the chief, and oh, by the way, we were descended from wolves, no big deal.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's just a story.
Let's not talk about it.
Story. She's like,
Wait for the next movie.
You were what? Don't worry, that's for part 2. They were something different than wolves. So we made a treaty with them that they would never come on our land again, but that we would leave them be. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the whole
Anyways, here's
story.
a tube worm. You know, or
Yeah.
here's some kelp I'm going to scare this girl with.
Pretty
yeah,
clear
real
story.
scary kelp. I didn't like that kelp.
Can't remember what those things are called, but yeah.
Somewhere else, Santa Claus guy gets eaten by dirty vampires
Yep.
in a boathouse somewhere. As if quirky main character vibes weren't thick enough and the levels weren't critical enough, and level 10,000 and the meter is about to burst.
Got to go to the next level.
You got to go
Buried.
over the line to show how quirky and awkward and main character she is, because her friends are like, let's go dress shopping.
Yeah.
But she doesn't want to go dress shopping because she's the main character. What does she want to do instead?
Well, she wants to go to the town that the dress store is in.
Yes.
So she can go look at some books.
Because she used Alta Vista and looked up information about
I love
vampires.
I love the like research, aka just typing into Google.
Yep.
She's figured out. She's cracked the code.
That's it. That's
But
research.
just this is such a cliche now at this point, right? Like this.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna leave the dress store to go look at books while you guys do this.
Right, not just books, but like books owned by a bookstore owned by a Native American's ghost or something. Like it was just like
She's trying to be a belle in a town of townspeople. Literally.
Yeah.
Where's the big movable ladder? Come on.
exactly what it is. I don't do dances.
No.
I read books.
She wears Converse to prom. Okay. She's one of those girls. I did it, so.
She walks out into the alley after the library, and this group of guys. I think they've wandered into the wrong movie or something, but they're
Yeah.
Yes, they weren't very attractive,
they fought. I know.
and they were
Everyone in this movie is beautiful. I'm like, how'd these guys get let into this town? Same thing when my wife used to watch Pretty Little Liars. You ever see that show? And I'm just like, who's the garbage man in this town? Everyone
Pretty.
in this town is pretty.
Well, but you're already supposed to not like them, right? So
Right.
if they would probably choose someone who's a 6 or whatever,
Yeah.
5, because it makes you more, to your point, grossed out that someone is hitting on someone who is not perceived as attractive. So actually,
because basically they did the same thing that Edward did, just be a complete a-hole to her.
but
I'm surprised.
in a group that was scary, but still,
Yeah,
yes.
well, I get that. Yeah,
Drunk, yeah.
Yeah.
but in some way,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Like it in the realm of this movie.
yes,
It seemed like that would have worked.
yes,
But they weren't a 10.
Whenever it was back in 2008 when I first
they
saw
had-
this, I saw this one time.
So you admit to watching it twice.
Yeah, this is for the second time. I never saw any of the other ones because
This is my first time watching it. You've seen it more than me.
I've seen it. Yeah, just when Nicole and I think saw it.
And I'm a
once
teenage
before.
girl.
I know. Look, I went with Dana because at the time I thought to myself, well, first of all, I knew nothing about it. Like it didn't have the reputation it has now, right? It was like a new thing.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, well, Dana wants to go see it. At the very least, there should be some cool vampire crap
right.
in this movie.
Yep.
Something,
That's
yeah.
happened at Jim too.
Same
My
thing.
husband, he thought he was going to like a
Yeah.
A Blade.
Yeah,
You know, Blade
yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
something cool.
But every time, I remember my disappointment that every time there was a moment where some cool vampire crap could have happened, like Edward here flying out of nowhere in his car, and he swooshes in his vehicle, comes out to save her, and he saves her by growling at one of the guys.
Yeah. Just basically be like, do it.
Does anyone know what type of car that is?
It's like a Ford Focus.
No,
and it was
It's like the last car I would expect a vampire to drive.
It was like a
Good point.
Volkswagen of some
And he
sort.
does
wasn't
like
it?
a donut in the parking lot before he
Right.
goes and
Yeah.
saves
in the
them.
soccer mom mobile.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
And I'm just like,
was a spot.
here's an opportunity. Like he doesn't have to rip throats out or kill people.
No.
But he can chop a few throats with his hand.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
and
something.
smack some dudes around
Yeah.
and be fast, be like insanely fast so she can see him be insanely fast and be like, what's going on here? I'm starting to put the puzzle pieces together. But no, he just goes.
Do
The guy's like,
do something.
gosh, this guy's a vampire.
And they were
run
scared.
away.
They run away.
They were scared.
Dropped their
He did it to
beers.
one of the guys, and then he turned to run, and all the other guys like, "Why are we running?"
I don't know. He seems like a guy who's tackled Spanish influenza. Run. He knows.
He knows.
Already had it been discovered? Did he say, "I read your thoughts"? Has that already happened? At
Not
this
yet. That's
juncture?
coming up
yet.
at
Okay.
the dinner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I make a small point on that, though?
course,
The whole
please.
growling thing?
Yes.
Please.
I do have to say, there's maybe, who knows, maybe there's a little bit of truth to this.
Yeah.
I used to, did a lot of work for the power company, so I had to go visit a lot of different places and a lot of houses. So I ran into a lot of dogs. Okay. So we come around, you see dogs in the backyard, whatever, they come growling at you.
Oh,
And it's-
dogs.
Dogs.
Oh,
Woof,
I
woof.
thought you meant something else.
Sorry.
Okay.
So a lot of them would, would growl at you and such, but you never really got a bad vibe off of them.
Yeah.
They'd bark at you, but you could tell they were all bark, no bite. There was one dog. Okay. So I come around the corner of this house, and as I'm opening up the gate to go around the corner, this dog comes slowly walking in front, out from behind the house. Doesn't turn and look at me, just walks. And stops, slowly turns his head to me. All the hair goes up in the back of this dog's body and just a low growl. I felt that in my soul.
Okay.
I was like, I'm done. I am
out.
not messing with that. That's real.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is maybe a little like animalistics,
Edward was giving the same energy as that dog.
He was given that
Yeah.
energy because it
Which is
worked on me.
crazy though, because it's like vampires versus wolves around there. So
Yes.
he kind of crossed the line to the other side for a
Yeah.
little bit. Played a little volleyball.
But he was the one growling.
Yeah.
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
But-
He didn't give off violent energy at all because the right after that, distract me so I'll do anything except go back there and rip these guys apart. I'm like, I don't think you rip apart
I
anybody.
wanted her to like put on some music, and it's like some polka music and such.
I would enjoy more of just like a shadow puppet on the wall kind of situation.
She like plays her charades.
Exactly. Okay.
I spy with my little eye.
It's totally dark in here, Bella. I can't see anything.
This is the church and this is people. That's I would
Sit
do
around.
all the things that
Let
I
me
could.
distract you with my inner
possibly do.
monologue.
I love it.
They run into her friends coming out of the restaurant. They were waiting for her there, but she's like, "We are so hungry, babe." But the Elle is forgiven when they see who she's with. That she's with Edward. And they're like, well, I mean, it's fine.
Of course.
It's totally fine.
Yeah.
That you missed our dinner, no problem.
I wish I was you.
We probably should have worried about you some more and gone looking for you because you were under
Right.
attack. But
we didn't.
No.
We really needed a quesadilla.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The fries are great though.
Yeah.
So
They turn into blubber, and then when he go into the restaurant, the waitress is immediately flirting with him. And I was sitting there, and I'm like, "All right, he's hot, but he's not that hot." And that's when Dana said to me,
Shut your mouth.
she goes, "He's a Washington State 10." And I was like,
Yeah.
that's fair. All right, fine.
No, he's
Where the heck are we? Okay. So-
mushroom mushroom ravioli. That's
go,
where we're at.
They go to get the food, and this is where they have this talk, right? And she's like, "Why were you there?" He's like, "I was following you because I feel very protective of you."
and you stand up and
That's
go,
fine.
gross.
Yeah.
Stop it.
She was just like, "Say more, say more things."
Yes.
And then he says, "I just heard what those guys were thinking, and I had to come and save you."
Yeah.
And you remember what you said to me?
That's it.
No.
He's really bad at letting people know he's not.
No,
a vampire.
exactly. He is,
Oh, he's horrible.
He like is just like telling her everything, and I get it. Like he's like feels like vulnerable around her
Right.
maybe sometimes, but
He should be well practiced.
yeah. I mean, I don't know how long he's been alive specifically, but
I feel
at
like he
this
hasn't talked
point-
to anybody in any of those years, though. So maybe not.
This is your one secret you have to keep.
Yeah.
Do that.
And he just says, spits it out. I just heard what those guys were thinking. I read
Yeah,
the lines
I'm
with
a
my
vampire.
vampire
I'm gonna
powers.
read
Yep.
every single mind in this restaurant right now.
Except
Money,
yours.
cat.
Right.
They do it like that one. Money, sex, money, sex, money, cat.
Cat. And she doesn't.
That's
and
normal.
She totally undersells the reaction. I think he even says something like, "I just told you I could read everybody's mind," and
Yeah.
you're just like,
I don't care.
right. when are we going to go out on our next date?
Yeah,
Save
no,
me.
that's the I needed something just for her to be like, that's crazy, but okay,
But okay,
but
right,
not
right,
just like
no.
you can say anything to me right now.
Except he lowers his forehead as he does when he's about to say something really attractive to
Ooh,
her.
say it again. Do it again,
Yeah.
James.
And he says, "You can be Bella this."
Ooh, thank you.
Yeah, you should. You
Oh my
should.
God.
Yeah.
He's like,
This is so much nicer.
I can't stay away from you anymore.
I don't have hair, so I'm
And
just
she
gonna stroke
goes,
the beard.
and then she says, "Then don't."
Yeah, that was my line.
Oh, you knew it? I didn't know if you would like memorize the script like I have.
Maybe a little bit. Let's try it again.
Try,
All right,
try it
let's
again.
try it
again. Yeah, sorry.
Take two.
Take two.
Back to one.
Wait, what was my line again?
It's typical. How am I supposed to work with this? I
was the
show
line-
up
what was the line again?
prepared. I know my lines.
Right. Let's go to craft
I
services
put
for a
in
minute.
the work.
Everybody, cool down.
Okay, you
Okay.
you
Come
on,
will
just-
see me in my trailer.
Okay.
I'm not coming out for at least a half an hour.
Okay,
Okay,
everybody.
Okay, what was the
We're gonna-
line again?
I've been made to look like a fool here.
We're gonna fix the setup.
Jenna, where's the line?
I don't know what the line. Then don't.
Then don't.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
Go on,
See, but
Then
that's the way
don't.
she should have said it. Then don't, I guess.
Okay, got
I
it.
don't know.
All right. Okay,
We do this.
let's do this.
I only have so many of these in me. I got to stay in this emotional space, and it's hard for me.
You want me kicking the nuts?
No,
You guys that helped before.
I love her. I love her. I love her. I'm obsessed with her. All right,
Okay.
here we go. Ready? I can't stay away from you anymore.
Then don't.
10 seconds of eye
You gotta stare
contact,
some
sorry.
more. No giggles. Don't do it. No gigs.
I just like get to watch this in person. Like, how awesome is that?
Right? We paid no dollars.
Did you feel that? Did you feel
That
it?
was free.
felt
it.
I
In my
felt
bones.
it. I felt
In my
it.
bones.
This fly felt it. He just came over.
He did.
He just, it'd be funny if he just died.
He wants an autograph.
They go get in the car. Their fingers touch in the car, and the audible gasp.
Which I thought was because she felt like a current. You know, I thought she
I
was
thought
like,
that would be like, oh, okay, wow. But no, it was just because he was cold.
I just thought
I'm
like,
like-
there was a gasp because he's like, "Don't touch my controls.
Right.
I'm the driver." Like, it's basically the
It's
same thing I do with my
Enya
kids. Like, don't touch it.
24/7. That's it.
It's the Enya box. then.
Enya, don't touch the Enya box.
Okay.
Orinoco, flow it out of here.
No.
Yeah, I thought it was because they had some connection.
Right.
Yeah.
Just because his
Static.
hands were cold.
And my thought was, I use a different word, but I was like, "Girl, your hands as cold as his are." Okay. Please look at you.
Right?
Look at you.
Yeah.
A couple of Sub-Zeros just going at each other.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
it's a couple of snowmen making out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanna build a snowman.
Yes, but I can't.
Thank you, Deadpool.
Yes, you're welcome.
3 reference. Check. Got it.
All right. They pull into the police station because there's been another animal attack, and they see that her dad's car and his dad's car are both in the same place.
Her dad is Charles in charge. Go ahead.
Charles in charge, yes, of this town. Dad gives her pepper spray. That's like the only important moment that happens here. She's like, "Another animal? Yeah, it's another animal. Weird. 2 holes right in their neck." Definitely nothing
sucked
we've
dry.
ever seen before.
Yeah.
Girl goes home, and this is where she Googles vampires
Yep.
and finally puts it all together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then comes into school the next day with her newfound, she went down the Wikipedia rabbit hole of vampires like you do, right?
Of course.
And now she knows everything.
Yep.
And she goes to school, but just walks into the woods.
Yes.
This is the most important scene in the entire movie. I'm going to take my time with this one.
I don't.
Pull this apart.
I don't know if I can handle going through this again.
by string.
She goes into the woods, and Eddie just follows her.
Of course.
Okay.
That's like he always does.
And
he's like a lost puppy.
Yeah.
He's standing behind her.
Because she knew he would, I guess.
Like, if
They have a connection.
if I followed you, Nicole, into the woods,
freaked me out so bad she wouldn't turn around.
and then you stopped, I would then walk past you
Right.
and come in front of you and turn around and face you because we're regular human people.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's a vampire.
But she stops, and then he just stops, and I'm like, I'll stare at the back of your head, but I really miss our long, uninterrupted eye contact.
But they're so close, though.
It's right there.
He's like,
because he likes to sniff her steak scent. Okay, so he has to be within a certain distance.
Why did you bring A1 on this date again?
I just about was going to say that. Her A1 scent.
She starts to say, "You're fast. You're cold to the touch. You avoid sunlight." And he says, "Say it
Out loud.
You're an Eskimo." What? No.
I would have loved it if she was wrong.
You're a Bears fan. What? No.
Oh my
You're
God.
way off, Bella.
Bella, put it together. Think of it again.
He like writes it down on a piece of paper and hands it to her.
Say it.
Say it.
Out loud.
Vampire. What is that?
Bella's says vampire. Vampire. Are you scared? No.
And what do we eat?
Oh my God.
So eat would mean that word be people, but I guess
Yeah.
he means drink. But
Yeah.
because blood's a liquid, so
Right.
that was a wrong verb.
And she says, "You won't hurt me."
Yeah.
It's like, "Are you sure?" And he whooshes up the mountain, and she's just on his back.
Yeah.
And
It could have been so much cooler.
the goofiest piggyback ride ever filmed in
They
cinema
made them
history.
look so stupid that it was not
And they must
attractive.
have thought it was going to be so good. Like they were like, "This is going to be the greatest scene."
Yeah.
I think there had to have been a way to make it hot, which I think is what they thought they
Yeah.
were doing.
Or slow motion.
Or something,
Come
right?
on.
Yeah.
But she just looked,
maybe not just
it
show it.
looked like Yoda on Luke Skywalker's back. Like she was so high up, you're not even holding him like a regular piggyback person.
It's like they were running on one of those things at the airport.
Yes.
Up the mountain.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's funny is, even though she's going up a mountain and then later up a tree, her hair always lays flat to her head.
Sure.
Of course.
So you know they're just standing still, and they added like Roadrunner zoomy legs on the bottom half of them, and that's the shot.
Yeah.
They spent $40 million on this.
That was where the money went.
And this is why earlier I was like, the effects could have spent a little more money on, especially the goof. It just takes you right out.
It totally did.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's the stupidest thing I've ever
It's like
seen.
you get one of those brads from elementary school and you put two legs and you just spun it around on your paper.
If they had come up on a tunnel that was painted on the side of the mountain, they were going to die.
that was it.
They were going to
man.
smash
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
into
no,
it.
it was just icky.
It was-
gave me the ick. Yeah.
Didn't like it.
Nope.
She's at the top, dying of lack of oxygen. Right.
Just like bugs are all over.
Bugs are just all over her face.
She's picking him out of
There's
her
like
teeth.
leaves and like twigs.
in her hair,
And a chipmunk who was very
confused, just holding on. Oh my gosh, she'd have a fresh blowout though. I mean, think how much volume
Yeah.
her hair would have.
safe.
Yeah,
If it moved.
1980s all over
Right?
again.
Yeah.
The whoosh.
So get to the next part, please.
I need to show you what happens when we step into the sunlight.
So I expected the most disgusting, vile image.
yeah, I thought, oh, he'll start burning.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yep.
he'll turn to
Yeah.
you know,
Or just
Yeah.
a terrible face.
Yeah,
something.
like yeah.
This is why we hide ourselves, because earlier
Yes.
there was a sunny day at school and the Cullens weren't there at all.
Right.
yeah, because they're all camping.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
That's why they go to, I'm assuming, live in places where it's cloudy a lot and whatever.
Hmm.
But that's not what happens. And same thing, I put myself back in the movie theater. I'm like, all right, some cool vampire crap.
Yep.
Wrong.
Wrong. No.
Wrong.
Sparklies.
It's written for someone who's 16 years old, a female,
Yes.
right? To be like my unicorn, it's the same. I know I love him now.
It's like my Care Bear.
Right. Maybe 16 is too old for that.
Sparkly Care Bear.
He steps into the sun and it's shine bright like a diamond. Like, that's what I thought immediately. Like just glistening. And she's like, you're so beautiful. Why is his shirt open?
His belly buttons.
He's got his belly button. He's like, I just wanted to show you how this belly button looks like a diamond because it's an Audi. Yeah. And so it's like a little diamond sticking out of it.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to show.
It's the shine of
The shirt wasn't open when he walked up there.
No.
He turns around.
He unbuttoned it really quickly. Yeah, he just.
He says, I just want to show you what happens.
that
when
new Velcro. Quiet.
I just want to. I want to show you something. Okay, this is important.
Try.
Hold on a minute.
Just don't. Yeah. Give me a minute.
Vampires can't do buttons. Just
I know we're not the first people to rip on this.
No.
And so we're not. saying
We're
anything
not the
new here.
last.
This is
But-
what happens when hot vampires go in the sunlight, and then when ugly ones go in the sunlight, then they burn.
Okay.
That's what it is.
It's because he's hot.
Oh, because he's burning already.
They had
I
to
get
know.
you. I get you. Mm.
They had to know when they made this, didn't they, that this was going to be mocked incessantly for all time?
No.
They really think this was going to be like. I mean, they had to stick to the books. I'm assuming this is what it was like in
Yeah,
the books.
must-
Maybe it works on the page and not on film. I don't know.
That tends to be how it is, I think, with these types of scenes. Yeah.
I'm a killer. No. Whoosh over there. I wanted to kill you so hard. Whoosh back over here. I might still, but it'd be an accident, but I can't control myself
yeah.
because I'm so bad.
Throwing a tree. Yeah.
I trust you. Look what I can do.
Yeah. You couldn't stop me, and if you wanted to.
I'm a killer, Bella. No, we only kill animals. We're like vegetarians.
I like
Which-
pineapple on my pizza.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But how heavy-handed have they been with
an
Bella being a vegetarian? That she's like, eat your veggie burger. I got mushroom ravioli. Look, like
Yes.
I don't know why.
Yeah, it was so weird how they were
It could've been
pushing
small.
the vegan stuff,
Yeah.
but yet they somehow figured out how to do a vegan vampire. We only eat animals.
Right. Which is a wink.
Which
and
is
it's
weird.
Hilarious.
Most anti-vegan
I
stance.
know.
Yeah.
But why? Okay.
Okay.
He even makes a reference to eating tofu. It's like for humans eating tofu. You can survive off of it, but you don't.
But you won't be strong.
Don't be
And look how strong I am. I'll chuck a tree. That's what I'm so worried about. I'm worried that one day we'll be together and I'll be kissing you, and all of a sudden I'm just gonna snap your spine in half because I'm so strong.
I want to snap
Suplex
into a Slim Jim instead.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
She walks into the room. He's like,
Right,
I
I'm
got
a
you for 3
vampire.
minutes.
I'm a vampire, okay? What you gonna do?
Dig it.
Ooh, yeah. Where the hell are we? All right, so then he pins her against the rock. Like he does this move, the move that I don't deny it. I heard Jay
I
go,
kind of went, ooh.
ooh, and he put his arms
Yeah.
on both sides of
I
her.
thought he was just going to push the rock out of the way.
And he said, tell me what you're thinking, because she's the only mind he can't read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she goes, now I'm afraid. You should be. Know that I'll lose you.
Oh, God, I vomited right there
Could we just lay here on the grass?
and stare at each other.
If
Wait.
I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just stare at my face?
I was gonna try to harmonize, but you went rogue. I couldn't help you.
Forget that
wait.
you're old.
And that your hands are so cold.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Just lie with me and we'll piggyback into space.
yeah.
Okay. So I can't harmonize with you, but if I had a camera, I'd be doing dolly shots and tracking shots.
Oh, yeah.
Of
I
two
mean,
people
like
laying there?
all of it. I'd be just spinning the camera around, zooming in, zooming
was
out.
some
We
crazy stuff,
we
right?
hired the cinematographer from Days of Thunder.
Yes.
And he's going to shoot this like a NASCAR race.
Nice.
Yes.
But it's just the two of you laying in the grass staring at each other.
Right. It was a crazy spinny
Yes.
shot.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been cooler if it was just like a
Like literally any other two people and not these two and
Yeah.
somewhere else in a different story.
yeah.
If this was a different movie, it'd be so much better.
No, what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
Well, I think it'd be more romantic if it was just like a steady
Yeah.
shot of them just doing
a
that.
slow push in.
'Cause I don't think them laying in the grass is necessarily weird, but it's just the way that they did it, where it was
Right.
like
The way they were laying
It was so
weird.
long.
Yeah.
The way they laid. It's not like how two people would lay with each other.
they weren't
No.
talking; they're just staring at each
This
other.
is the problem that I have with this and a lot of movies we've covered recently is just the absence of reasonable human behavior.
Yeah.
You know, like have them lay down on the grass together. That can be romantic, but they have to lay like people would actually lay and not shoot it like it's a NASCAR race,
Yep.
right? Like just do a slow push in or an overhead shot or something and don't
Yeah.
do it for 45 seconds, which feels like 5 minutes
Yes.
when
Yeah.
you're in that moment.
Yeah.
Right? That's the
Yeah.
thing that makes it freaking weird.
Yeah.
The movie is weird.
So they're trying to establish, I think, that like, oh, she feels safe with him, even though
Yes.
he's a killer, but she
Yeah.
feels safe. So, and I think if the demographic really is 14 to 16-year-old girl,
Yeah.
for a lot of them, I think they want a dude that they want to make out with, but they kind of don't want the dude to force them to do stuff that they don't really know if they know what's going on.
Right.
So I guess for that demographic anyway, it's like, oh, it is a safe place, and they
Yes.
just have that.
Thank you for bringing reason to the discussion.
Thank you. Joe has a
Speaking
thought.
about demographic, and you ask yourself, James, why?
You may ask
Why
yourself.
are you doing this? Why? What's with all the panning, this and that?
How did I get here?
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
There you
trust
go.
me, I wondered the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are they doing this? This is ridiculous. And then I mentioned before that I watched this movie with my wife, and I look over to my wife, and she is absolutely just sold.
Is she? She's all in.
She doesn't want to admit it.
Yeah.
But I can read my wife. I'm like, Edward.
one knows her
I
better
can-
than you.
She is sold. She's like, well, I'm going to take a nap. I'm like, do you mind if I watch this? She goes, no, I'm just going to take a nap. And I look over and she's just,
Not napping.
she is into it.
Then she's like, I'll be back in 10 minutes.
She starts asking questions
Yeah.
about the movie. I'm like, how would I know the answers? I'm watching it with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've also never seen this.
Yeah. So the demographic.
Do you think they'll get married?
I said
how
14
do
to
I know?
16 plus.
44.
40 and then 40s.
Yeah.
Although I think
Stokes
to
the
watch
hearts
it in your
of-
40s, though, it does bring you back to that
Yeah.
age in your
I
mind.
think that's what was maybe some of the
Stoke-
appeal for her.
Stokes the hearts of tweens and middle-aged women alike.
Sure.
I guess.
Who remembered the tween?
Yeah,
time?
absolutely. Absolutely.
That's my
It's like
thing.
us thinking about the good old days.
Is it?
Back in the days of
Oh, yeah, I remember
you and
when-
I like playing football.
When I followed that girl into the woods and
Stood behind her for a while.
threatened to hurt her 6 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Insulted her.
Threw a giant rock.
Yep. Vomited when I seen her the first time.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
I trust you. Don't.
Don't. And then the next day at school, I guess they were just done with school for that day.
Yeah.
Goes to the next day at school and he drives her there, and it was like a huge flex for her to walk in with Ed. Yes, right. With
She
Ed Cullen.
was on cloud nine.
Everybody was looking. Oh my gosh.
The two pale, mysterious people are together.
Yeah. Nobody's
That's
seen
right,
that
Evan.
coming. I didn't.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
And this is when he says, "You should come meet my family," right?
Because we're really athletic. You
Right.
can tell.
Yes. And she goes to meet the family, and like you guys had just said, very nice house. He makes a comment like, "Were you expecting dungeons and coffins and moats?" And
Yeah.
she's like, well, not the moats, but
Which is funny.
otherwise.
That was good.
line, eh?
Yeah, that was funny.
That was
That
good
was so
stuff.
funny. That was the best thing in the whole movie.
They're cooking.
That sold it for me.
I actually like this, that they're cooking a meal for her, because I thought she was going to walk into like a minefield, right? It was like everyone was just horrible to her.
Yes.
And they're a pack of vampires and stuff.
Yeah.
But they were like
We
trying
never-
to make her comfortable.
Yeah. We never used the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because we suck the blood from animals that we kill. I mean,
when you say
this counter here, we've had lots of animals that we've just drained dry.
Yes.
But we washed it off. We found some bowls.
So they just
Don't
have
go in the basement.
I don't want to look at the fridge.
carcasses of deer everywhere? Is that like
I think so.
Probably.
throw them in the back
Yeah.
pile?
That's
Yeah.
why don't go down there, Bella. Bathroom's the other door. You don't want to go in there.
What was that? Shh, nothing.
Nothing.
I do love that one guy.
How do you like your Italiano? Sorry, go ahead.
What's the one guy?
He's dating Alice. I don't know his name.
Yeah, he just
Jasper.
got-
Jasper.
the look on
Jasper.
his face.
It's just always like,
It just seems like he's been newly changed, so he's working on it. He could
Yeah.
he's like, I want to eat her so
yeah.
bad. I want to eat her.
And he
Gotta
looks
eat her."
exactly like Edward Scissorhands in like
Yes.
always. Like
Yeah.
and that's like immediately connected for me.
I just love his energy.
Yeah.
It's just like,
he just always in pain, right?
just looks like a tweaker.
Hi, Jasper. I'm Bella.
If I open my mouth, I'll attack you.
Oh, he just looks like a tweaker that's staring at a
Yeah.
pile of copper.
She tells. Oh my god.
Just Cadillac converters. Just
It's just like, oh my gosh, I can't.
hey, Joe Rogan.
She already ate. She tells them, well, I already ate because I know you guys don't eat. And then Rosalie is just immediately hates her guts for the whole movie.
Yes.
It's starting now.
So she breaks a salad.
In her hand, a salad bowl. And
It's just
everybody
funny.
else is chill about it, right? Mom is just like, that's very considerate of you, know,
Yes.
right? Like all that stuff. And they were, I thought, very, very nice to her.
I was waiting for the laugh track.
Yeah.
And it was like some movie, some
Yeah.
family sitcom. I was waiting for some stupid laugh track.
Yeah, that was kind of the tone.
It was forced like that.
But they're all kind of in the kitchen, just all like they're always in the pile of people. I don't know why.
They have to huddle together to keep warm.
Yeah.
It's so cold.
That's why he goes to take her to his. This is my room. Of course, this is your room.
The most edgy, like bad boy, like oh my god.
Bad boy reader book.
Yeah.
There's lots of
Read it.
books.
He's not like other boys.
Oh, wait, let me write that
Right,
down.
right,
Yeah, write that
Because
down.
we have the not like other girls.
And then we find out he never sleeps. There's no bed in there.
But there is. It's just a flat couch for reading on.
sofa,
Yeah.
He's like, what? You notice there's no bed? I mean, it is one, but it just doesn't have a pillow.
Yeah,
And it's covered in books.
I rest on it and it's flat,
Right.
but still,
technically.
But
technically.
there's no bed.
24/7 he's awake and he doesn't have any video games in his room.
How does he live?
I could never.
Don't
Don't you think the city's more interesting for them?
you would think so.
Like, and you could blend in. No one would know you.
Yeah, I mean, there
you
are
could
fewer
hide.
deer, sure.
Yeah, there's that. Then just, live on Mailman or something.
What type of music was it that he had playing?
Hold on.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that important for his character?
I wanted so bad because I seen her walk over to the stereo and she's like, "Oh, what music do you want to play?" And I just wanted to hit it. And in my head, I just wanted to hear "Big booty bitches, it's the big booty bitches, big booty bitches," and then just start seeing,
There's
Edward
some
be like,
holes in this house. There's some holes in this house.
I would have enjoyed more.
I wanted to see that. Can we get a special cut?
He presses it. Roll out the barrel.
There it goes. Just Benny Hill or something.
I just want to see something other than classical music. Can we do a cut?
It was Ja Rule. It should have been Ja Rule.
Yeah.
Right? That would have been incredible.
Faux show.
No, it's KSI's new song. No one's going to get
Think
that.
of it. Everybody knows. They tell me where it snows. I skated and they froze. I don't got no money.
Careful.
You're good. Somebody should do a fan edit of the scene to where he presses it and it's that song that plays. Now that would kill.
I just said that. Like, yes.
Oh, did you? I'm
yes,
sorry.
like 100 times.
That would kill on TikTok.
Yes, do it.
That would.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it.
James, you can do that, right?
do
You
it.
do it.
some
Yeah.
fa-
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do several of them.
I will do several of them.
Because they're going to get funnier as it goes along.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So where the frick? Oh,
Big
yeah,
booty
okay.
bitches.
Oh, so he puts on the classical music. Sorry, it was classical music.
Oh, sorry.
I listen to classical music
I've come
All right. I'm refined.
Whatever.
because I'm refined and it's not even a big deal. Don't make a big deal about it for sure.
Just turn it off.
Don't make it weird.
Forget
Don't
it.
make it weird.
She's like, I can't dance. He tries to dance with her, and he's probably like a 9-time ballroom dancing champion. He's been alive for 100
Most likely.
years, right? So he's just like, no, cool, no big deal. We don't have to dance, even though you would.
That was
He
so
would be, at 90 years old, he would be cracked at everything. If you were alive for 100
yeah.
years,
Yeah.
you would be good at so many things.
Yeah.
So many things.
Like Groundhog Day, he got piano
Right.
lessons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But instead, he's like, we don't have to dance. We can do some more whooshing.
He wouldn't be as good as that one kid who plays Double Dragon.
No, he would never get 50,000 at Double Dragon. No, because all of
In
his
100 years, he could never get to that level.
be school.
No.
How dare he even suggest he could get 50,000 in Double Dragon? He can't. All his siblings are alive,
Oh my gosh.
right? Outside of that, no,
It's okay,
fine.
Nicole. It's
okay.
It was.
Just not-
It's another
We were
episode.
all on the Wizard together. At the
Oh.
end of that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's all good. No worries. You should watch the Wizard though.
No, you shouldn't.
Please
Actually,
watch that
save
one.
yourself.
I am busy that day.
No, you would like it.
Cannot
It's a Fred
do-
Savage movie.
Oh.
You like
No,
Freddie?
it's-
He's
It was
cool.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, regardless, he gets really close to her, and she says, "I'm not scared. You shouldn't say that." Zoom
gone.
out the window.
Chucks her onto her
Hold on there, Spider Monkey. We're going into overhaul.
Up the trees.
Yep.
He's definitely climbing those trees.
At least he was climbing and not just like going like this and just going straight,
Just straight
up.
up like,
Just
'Cause
running
that's
up
what
the
they did.
trees.
Yeah.
Parallel.
like Alice in Resident Evil, but backwards. He's running
Yes.
up the tree instead of down and looking ridiculous.
Yeah. So,
Tree date. They sniff each other in the tree and look at a mountain. I mean, it's just they're literally just like staring at each other's necks instead of at each other's.
doesn't seem real.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, also for us.
You know what day this takes place on?
What?
Arbor Day.
And Joe knows his treat.
He does. He does. Nice finger guns. Then he's playing the piano. Right? It's a cutaway to him just going,
Dun, 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 dun.
I just so want. It's getting kind of hard to believe things are going to get better. If I see Van Helsing, I swear to the Lord I will slay him.
Just bust out some meatloaf movie.
That or I'm a vampire, I'm a vampire, I'm a vampire, I'm a vampire. Something. He's just playing. I'm like, what's next? I wanted it to cut to like him ice sculpting something next.
Yes.
And then he's doing, he's like hide tanning or like, like all these different things.
Shaping spoons into jewelry.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the things that he's cracked at because he's been alive for 100 years.
Yeah.
But they just do the tree sniffing and then they do the piano thing and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to
The
be there.
piano got me though with my husband, I would say.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was the thing that
That
sold,
was one of the things.
closed the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were playing it together. I think it was cute when.
Oh, look, I badmouthed this whole thing and you guys are both into it. I feel terrible now.
Yeah, I was going to say.
absolutely-
I kind of liked it too.
I mean,
More.
musicians.
I mean,
If a girl started playing, I know musicians, like, look, some of the ugliest men in the world have some of the hottest women because they can
Because they
sing
play
and
an
play
instrument.
instruments and
Yep.
stuff. And so I get the musician thing is a real thing and I respect it. But if a girl was trying to play the piano to win me over, I'd be like, do you want to come back over here and see how many points I have in Double Dragon?
No. You would be nice.
but
You would listen.
Yeah. Okay.
but honestly, James, I wanted to be that piano.
What?
Yeah.
That specific one?
Can you explain that
It's
a little
Edward.
more?
It's Edward.
Okay.
Play my keys.
What does that mean exactly?
I'm sorry. I looked at you and I said that. I just happened to glance over. You're making eye contact.
See, eye contact.
This table is fantastic, by the way.
say
'cause
something
that wouldn't have happened,
No, that wouldn't
in the last table.
He comes to her window the next day. I watch you sleep. What the
So
hell
she
am I
wasn't
supposed
dreaming that past time. he was
no.
actually there when she woke up in
He's
the
just
middle of the
hovering.
night.
What the hell is he supposed to do? He doesn't have an Xbox.
And she's not offended or bothered again.
Not
Yeah.
at all.
Especially when she had
like-
that
yeah, she was
burrito
like-
the night before.
Red flag after red flag after red flag
Edwards and Urkel.
after red flag. Right? That means every time she farted in her sleep,
Yep.
he was just like, all right.
Maybe that's what the musk is he was trying to smell off of her. I don't know.
Everyone loves their own brand. He goes.
Wait, when did they kiss? Was it that?
This is right now. I
Yeah,
was just
because
saying,
it's the
so
weirdest. It's so weird.
he goes to kiss her.
Yes.
She's sitting on the bed,
Can't take.
I want to try something.
and he says,
Don't move.
Don't move.
move.
What?
Okay. I have to concentrate.
Don't move.
Because I'm such an uncaged animal that I might really hurt you if you move while I'm doing something. Just stay still.
God.
Don't move.
Don't breathe.
But
Just
she moves. She moves a lot.
oh my gosh.
She not once was she not moving the whole time. Just
She grabbed his face. She touched his leg.
There was a lot of movement.
There's
A
all the
lot
movement.
of
He
movement.
said, "Don't move. It's a wild animal."
he didn't break away though. He didn't.
She totally moved, and it finally. Well, he
Well,
did.
he did the 3-day mini course at his home, so he's pretty strong.
He didn't do this part though.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have enough Patagonias to give the lady to let him do that.
No.
He boing off of her.
straight into the wall.
Yeah. His dad's downstairs. Hits the, what the hell is that?
I can't handle being this close to you, but I want to be this close, but I can't because I'm dangerous, but I want to be in your face. Stop it. It's going back and forth. The back and forth. The yes, no, yes, no, yes.
But you just described like
your
every
helmet is so
that's like every
big.
romance novel ever, I'm
I
sure.
know.
It
Yeah.
is.
No,
It
it
is.
Just taps right into the formula.
Yeah.
Hate it.
My wife was so into this.
Yeah.
She was, oh man, she was invested.
I
They
hate
nailed it. Like
so.
with the like. I used to read romance books, and
Yeah.
this is exactly what
Is
they
that
do.
what
They
it
nailed
is?
But
it.
I can't. But I have to.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't.
Let's just let the passion take over.
There's this really quick scene where she introduces him to dad, and he's just literally for him to go, "We're gonna go play baseball." He's like, "Okay."
Okay, can I?
She got the pepper spray.
Obviously, his dad's not a very good cop.
Because they were upstairs and the,
No,
yeah.
he went to shake his hand. You can't tell me that he shook that man's hand and it was ice freaking cold. And he probably would have been like, what's up, dude?
You just debunked the whole movie again.
Yeah. You can sit down now.
I stood up that time.
Yeah.
A man
Yeah.
who has probably
Yeah.
dealt with dead bodies in the past and
Yeah.
knows what a cadaver feels like, I would imagine. Right?
Yeah.
Nope.
I was like, that
Shook
dude
his
just
hand.
touched his hand.
Right before he shook Dad's hand, he was going,
He had his hand down his pants, trying to warm it up.
I don't think
got, like,
vampires
We
work
had
that
hand
way.
warmers.
quick, shake it right now, shake it right now.
Hurry up. Oh, sorry.
He's got a pot of boiling water. He's just standing there. What's this for? Don't worry about it.
No, it's fine.
Frostbite.
Boiling water, cooking his hand. Hi,
you
Mr.
go.
Charlie.
This
Yeah.
is natural.
Baseball, guys. It is America's pastime.
No, I don't care. This is where the movie lost me.
So this is like the second time. The second time they did baseball because her stepdad, I guess you call him, it was in
Yeah.
Florida for baseball.
Oh, that's true.
So-
yeah, this is a big baseball theme running through this movie.
This is
And
this
the
is horseshit.
vampires are all gliding like they're on moving carts.
So this is well, you kind of said it before, especially when in a minute here when the dirty vampires show back up and they're walking through the woods. It looks like they're walking on those things at the airport, the conveyor belts that
Yes.
you walk on.
Oh, yeah.
Where you're still walking, but it's also like zooming
Yep.
you along.
That's it.
That's exact. And I bet you 10, that's exactly
Yeah.
what they were
Yeah,
doing.
it's exactly what they
They
were
were
using.
walking on a conveyor belt.
It didn't look that bad compared to how the mountain one thing looked.
Or just like a
I
key
think it
grip
was
is
like-
also like
Just pulling
reassigned
back.
to pull a cart.
And they just have
Yeah.
to do this like they're walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be it too.
It's
the
just-
baseball though.
Yeah, it was just a length of carpet, or it's
Yeah.
the conveyor belt stuff, and then they just pull it, and
Right.
then they walk on it. Another movie, Kate Beckinsale.
Rocketeer.
No. Shawshank Redemption.
She's in Rocketeer though.
Was it? No, she wasn't.
Yeah, she's the girl in Rocketeer.
But I think he's doing like a Van Helsing kind of
No,
vibe.
there was no.
Van Helsing. Underworld.
Underworld.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
They actually, one of those ones where
She plays baseball there too.
no, shut up. When he is running up
League
to
of
the
Their Own.
car.
Ooh, that's
When
a
he's-
good one. Favorite Tom Hanks movie. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
When he's running up to the car, that's how they actually did that shot.
On a rug.
They actually were pulling a rug behind the car.
How about
and so he ran on the rug
That's genius.
while the vehicle was moving, so it
Wow.
appeared that.
That's actually really smart.
So that's how he caught up to the vehicle. So
Because he's on a thing that's not moving while it's being dragged behind.
exactly. So I
That's
don't know,
really
just a little
smart.
bit of movie
Yeah.
magic. That's how they do that.
Yeah. So why didn't they take any of that smarts and put it towards making
I
their
don't know.
baseball?
They blew their wad on the sparkly stuff on
making the baseball not
yeah,
look
the baseball,
ridiculous.
and then there was like that diamond belly button thing that cost a lot of money.
The baseball sucked so hard.
It was the worst.
First of all, why of all things? They can't just get together and play bags or horseshoes or something like and have a full base. They don't even have enough to play.
Monopoly.
They don't even have people to play baseball,
no.
right? And they make her the umpire when she already has said she doesn't know crap about sports.
Yeah.
Right?
And the first time she signals out, she does the signal for safe.
Yes.
Drove me crazy. I mean, Edward's fast. He's a hell of a center fielder. I'd want him on my team. You want to be strong defensively up the middle. That's important.
Yep. He can
Okay?
play for the Cubs.
He could play. Be great.
There was no guy there selling hot dogs or soda or anything.
Peanuts.
Come
nothing.
on.
And they had these ridiculous old timey baseball uniforms out, which I get they've been around for a long time.
But why would you put those on? Just wear your.
You didn't need to.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I
Because his
understand.
room was pretty minimalist. Maybe his clothes were in a different room.
They have the baseball room
Yeah.
where they have like a locker room where they have all their old timey jerseys hanging up there.
Nice.
And when it's time for a thunderstorm, because they have to play during a thunderstorm because they hit the ball
Kapow.
so hard. And I'm like, guys,
it would
there's only
explode the ball.
or the bat. There's only
Yeah.
so much
Right?
force. A bat already shatters when regular humans sometimes swing.
Yes.
And so the bat would just break into pieces. And I don't think they had
This is
aluminum
my
bats.
last resort.
I think the bat was just blessed by some medicine man or something like
Magic
that.
vampire bat.
Yeah.
Right.
And maybe they have a special, like Harry Potter's wand has that hair in it.
Could be.
So,
Possibly.
yeah.
The dirty vampires walk in. So it's face-off time. There's 3 of these people. There's
Yeah.
James and then 2 others that don't matter.
Two giant peaches.
Victoria I think is the other one's name, and
Yeah.
then main
Slippy,
guy.
Slappy.
Yeah.
Sam tonight.
Sam,
Yeah.
that guy.
Whatever.
Can we play? We also enjoy vampire baseball and happen to also be vampires. We didn't know this place was claimed. No,
no, my bad.
no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
We're leaving, but we'll play an inning or two if you got some space for it. And they told Bella as the dirty vampires were going to cover your neck, right? So she
Yeah.
covers her neck with
Because
her-
you don't smell as much through your neck.
I guess.
Because
Or
I'm
they
sure,
just-
because your hair will make it not as biteable.
the sight as of a pulsing vein is
Oh,
too much
but,
for
you
that.
know,
Maybe I don't
maybe.
know because their veins aren't pulsing.
You're right.
You know, whatever. It's all fine until the wind picks up and frickin' James catches a whiff of like awkward pale girl mixed with incense and dark kiss from Bed Bath and Beyond. You know, right?
Yeah.
By the way, though, the fact that she could pass for a vampire,
Yeah.
when she's not a vampire,
She tells you everything.
tells you everything. That's how pale she is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Like
Oh,
the
that's
other
a-
vampires
that's
were like,
clearly a vampire.
"That's most likely a vampire."
Right.
Until they get a whiff of her, like,
Like,
wait
holy
a minute.
crap.
Which, by the way, people are pale. It's
That's
beautiful.
just the most emo girl of all time. Right?
I'm surprised they
I should
weren't
have known
impressed.
when I smelled Dark Kiss from Bed Bath and Beyond.
Bed
I
Bath
can
and
smell
Beyond,
Hot Topic.
or Bath and Body Works.
Bath and Body Works.
Bed
the
Bath
same
and Beyond.
place.
No.
No.
They went under.
Bath and Body Works.
There
Then.
it is.
Whatever.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dark Kiss from
I used to
Bath and
drag you into there when I was like 13.
Yes.
You should know it.
That's why I thought we were doing Dark
Yeah.
Kiss from Bath and Body Works.
I thought you wanted to refer to like Hot Topic because I think that would be a little bit more up her alley.
Yeah.
Uh,
Maybe like.
No?
I don't know. She wasn't goth. She was just emo.
Ooh,
Barely.
should we go down the rabbit hole of like the
I
differences
really don't
between
want to.
all of the
No, thank you.
No.
Anyway, they take up. So he's locked in. They're like, he's a hunter. It's like he will never. Basically, me when I smell bacon.
But especially it was her smell plus the fact that he saw Edward get protective of her. So
Right.
then it was like the ultimate prize.
the ultimate prize, right? Yeah. And so they take her off, they take off in the Jeep and they're like, James is the greatest hunter of all time. You can't go home. But my dad, no, forget your dad. We can't do it. All right, fine. Go home and just say the most awful things you can think to say to a
So
human
sad.
person.
I know.
And then we'll leave.
They put the piano on in the background, man.
Yeah.
Heartstrings. Bling.
And when dad is like, we'll do more stuff together. And I'm
Right.
just like,
Oh,
I
it's so
just
sad.
got you back. That's
so
what he
sad.
said.
Yeah.
I just got you back. I'm like, oh, stop doing this to Charlie.
Earth shattering, literally.
Terrible.
Yep.
Terrible.
I basically just said the same things my mom said when she left. It's like, oh, my God. What?
It was a drama.
It was terrible.
Can I?
He did not deserve that.
I'm sorry. I'm kind of derailing the show, but I have to bring this up.
Oh, great.
I am so sorry. I was trying to look up like what was Bella goth or emo, right? So I just have on here on the Google search was Bella from Twilight, and it has autofilled.
Oh, sure.
Is Bella from Twilight a vampire? Is Bella from Twilight autistic? Is Bella from Twilight a vegetarian? Is Bella from Twilight dead? Is Bella from Twilight depressed?
Yes. Yes, yes, no. Or no, yes, no, yes, yes, yes.
This is the autistic one got me. I'm sorry.
Pretty sure she's not. That was the one I said
You
no
could
to.
cut that off.
Okay. Dad, after they've broken his heart, the plan is that Jasper and Alice are going to take Bella south while the others wear her clothes and throw James off of the scent, right? And they'll go rub themselves on trees or whatever so that
Which
James
was
will-
hilarious.
Right?
Yeah, right. She's-
But there's one girl that doesn't want to do it for no reason.
no, her whole hatred of Bella makes no sense.
Yeah. I don't
Just so that there was like conflict. And
literally.
one of them
just
would
to
hate.
Oh.
create a family issue.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
just to create that.
Well, I think what they said at some point quickly was like, we had it good, and she's threatening the goodness of what we have.
At that point, nothing had been threatened yet. though,
Yeah.
Right? She's
But
not
she
going to
could.
tell anybody.
But she could.
James figures it out immediately because James is smart, right? And so, he just is like, he goes past the tree and he sniffs it. And he's like, oh, man.
That's coat without person
You
sniff.
got me.
I'm like, just have her pee in a jar and spread it around. Right? Well, my wife said that, and I was like, that's genius.
It would
Why don't they
work,
just
yeah.
do that? They
5
just,
points for Jane. Oh.
just put it in one of those like spritzer bottles and just run through the forest, just double fisting,
Just pea juice.
just pea juice all over the place. How much can we squeeze out of Bella before
Hunters do that with when they're trying to do
Exactly.
attack.
Bella? We need you to drink a lot of water and don't ask questions. Here's a funnel and a bucket. I'll come back in 20 minutes. That solves the problem right there.
does.
But instead, James is off and understands what's happening here. At the hotel, Alice has a vision of a ballet studio and draws it in crayon because
I don't know.
she's foreshadowing something that's going to happen 5 seconds from now.
We needed that.
We needed that foreshadowing.
Thank God.
James calls her. Well, she thinks it's mom, right?
Yeah.
But it's James, and Bella's mom's like, "Oh no, where are you, Bella? You gonna help?" And he gets on like, "I'm gonna kill your mother if you don't show up at your old ballet studio." Okay,
That's so specific.
so specific. So she goes there, and we find out that James doesn't have mom because he's just utilizing an old home movie to make it sound like she had there because she's in Florida, and Bella knew she was in Florida.
Right.
But he calls from her Phoenix number, and she freaks out.
She's not very smart.
Not very smart
Well,
at all.
she has a cell phone though, so
Yeah, that's
I guess
true.
that could be.
Can I film? I'm going to film you while I kill you. And he puts this camera on, right?
For Edward. Right.
For Edward.
Yes.
Although they never did they use that? No, they didn't use it though.
No.
He filmed, but they didn't actually.
No,
watch
no,
it. Okay.
they never got to that point. She pepper sprays him, but all it does is piss him off. And so he like yeets her into a column in the middle of this like
Yep.
wooden column.
That
in the
looked
middle
like
of
it
this
hurt.
thing. Right.
No, worse than that for me actually was whenever he just steps on her leg, and I was like,
This is right then. Yeah, he
Yeah.
breaks her leg. That was the sound effect was
Yeah.
very effective
yeah,
there, right?
celery or something.
Just snaps her leg. Eddie flies in and grabs him, right? And I remember being like, finally, a vampire fight.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
No, they wrestle.
No.
They like barely
They just hold each other ever so gently.
and growl at each other.
And growl at each other. Until, and he's like got Eddie and he's like, "You suck, you're not even strong. I am strong." And he chucks James across the room. Now they're going to fight. No, he just goes and picks up Bella and tries to like vampire leap up into the balcony with her in his arms.
Yeah.
But he gets his foot grabbed by
Yep.
James, and so he spills Bella back out onto the floor and gets thrown right into a glass shard or a mirror shard that hits her femoral artery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now she's bleeding out, which happens way faster than
A lot faster
You
than
get cut your
that.
femoral artery, you're dead in
about-
seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's bleeding out through her leg on the ground. They wrestle a little bit more, and this is when he goes over and while Eddie's temporarily out, and bites her on her wrist. James bites Bella
Yep.
on her wrist, and this infuriates Eddie, and so Eddie tackles him through the floor. Just it's all tackles and throws. There's no fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at that point,
Tackle and grapple.
he's got him, and he starts to rip his throat out, and his family stops him. We're not those.
But then
You don't do that.
10 seconds later,
Yeah.
They
don't they
rip
destroy
him to
They just-
pieces.
casually rip his head off
Alice just gets up and just like goes like,
and just
It's-
takes
yeah,
and
his
that's
rips
it,
his
and
head
then
off.
throws him in a fire.
So I didn't.
It was so
that.
casual. It didn't
was-
make any
yeah.
sense.
And they were having fun with
No,
it.
don't-
They were
No,
like
yeah.
dancing around him, burning it,
Like,
like,
holding
yeah,
him
we
down.
got that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was all
Meanwhile-
kind of like never highlighted. It's always like kind of in the background or kind of not.
Yeah, they're
in the
like
main
on
thing of the
fire or
shot and all
Yeah.
that stuff. And I'm like, they're ripping this guy limb from limb over here. But
I wonder why Edward wouldn't be doing that though.
Right.
Like why?
Well,
Everyone
because they
else-
want to save his innocence.
Yeah.
Or his,
Meanwhile, she's just
bleeding out.
uncomfortably also because of the poison. Like it's just making me like, I don't want to watch her writhe
So
around.
she's writhing because
Yeah.
she's turning into a vampire. And so Dad goes over and he tourniquets her leg. And he's like, Eddie, you got to decide right now. Are we letting her turn or what, man?
Yeah,
it gonna
what's going
be?
on?
Right?
You got 30 seconds. What is your answer?
Yeah. do. He's like, no, we can't let her turn. And he's like, you're going to have to suck the venom out. Yeah. And you got to trust yourself to know when to stop.
It was the weirdest thing to just see him like very silly, just
Yeah.
sucking on her arm.
He
Yeah,
just
but
puts
it made me
right-
really uncomfortable.
But
Yeah.
like lips over the arm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got to know when to stop sucking. Okay.
You know what I'm saying, right?
You
gotta know.
There's a
have some
threshold.
self-control.
Have some self-control. Eddie, no. No, Eddie.
No.
Well, that's literally what the dad does. He's like, Edward, stop.
I know.
Stop.
He's got the
Drop
piss,
it.
He's got the piss
Stop.
bottle. He sprays him with the piss bottle.
Eddie,
no.
But he doesn't even try to physically stop him. He's just like, stop, Edward.
Eddie.
Stop.
No, that's too long.
Put it down.
It's too, put it down. It's too much.
They're going to kill
I'm gonna-
her.
I'm gonna
Put
count to
her
10.
down.
Why not let her turn?
It'd be so much easier.
Yeah.
It's going to happen anyway.
Because we
Literally,
need more movies.
well,
That's
yeah,
for
is
more
why.
movies,
the
yeah.
sisters said it was going to happen. Like, just let it happen. Like, at this point.
That really bothered you.
It's called the
It made me
Twilight
mad.
series.
It would, okay.
There's going to be more.
I have to make more money, I guess.
Yes. To drag it out.
Yeah.
Right? Whether well it'll happen or not.
Don't do.
That's like, and then so right, and so it's like, yes, no, he doesn't. He's sucking on her wrist, and he's really excited about it. And then it's just like, no, you can't. No, I don't want to let her. Oh, and I'm
then
like, do
she's having
vampires get blue
flashbacks.
balls? Is that a thing?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because this has got to be the equivalent of that.
Oh
No, yeah.
He's
Well, that's
definitely
like what they're alluding to in real life anyway.
Yes.
definitely
right.
icy
This is what I'm
himself.
saying. Right. He's definitely.
Yeah.
He's definitely had packs of ice
So
that he's
close.
sitting on.
That's why you don't go in the basement.
No.
It's just 5 toilets filled with ice. Or 7. How many people were in there? I don't know.
Well, they're not all dudes, first off. So,
I don't know how that works.
okay.
All right, she wakes up in the hospital. What happened? Mom is there. Oh, Bella, this, and feeds her the fake story. Obviously, they fed her.
Yes.
And then she leaves, and Edward is pretending to nap. In the room.
I wanted her to be like, "You're not sleeping."
I know you're not.
That,
Yeah,
it would
just-
have been fun. Or
It
if he
would have
just
been
went
fun.
wink. Like,
Yeah.
I was kind of like, come on.
Yeah.
But he says, this is what really happened, right? You know, you're here because of me. I'm so evil. You should just go to Jacksonville. And I'm like, oh, dude, enough.
That
enough
made
with
me
the
so mad.
self-loathing. I've had enough.
Just go to Jacksonville and leave me.
I'm just terrible.
Wait, what do you? How would you? I mean, you? Why would you? Ever, I mean, never. How could I couldn't leave one way? Why would you ever say that? I'm gonna. Okay. 30 seconds of stare time.
I suck so bad. Especially when I'm not supposed to.
Yeah.
That's my favorite time to suck.
Why is
I get
it's like why is my Edward
I get-
impersonation a lot like Steven Seagal?
I don't know.
I don't know
That was a
why.
lot. That was a lot.
He just doesn't want to go to Florida. Oh, God.
Yes.
Imagine Edward in Florida. He
Yeah.
the sparkles
wearing
would just
trench
light on
coats
fire.
and- yeah.
That's what you sparkle in Washington. In Florida, you ignite. This
Yeah,
is different,
there you
right?
go.
Yeah.
That's why. Right? It's just not.
The UV
So
rays
she
is different.
freaks out on him. Like, she's like, why would you say that?
Don't ever say that to me again.
I can't be away from you. What, that was an overkill.
Yeah, big
Could have had a
big
discussion.
time reaction.
Regular discussion.
But then he's
talk
like,
about
no,
this.
I'm not gonna leave you alone. Oh, okay, that's
Okay.
cool. Man,
He literally
mind.
said that just to get a reaction out of her.
Oh, yeah.
Literally.
Well, you don't want me
He's
to go?
He's
Okay.
a male manipulator.
do you know why he said that? It was in the script.
Well, yeah. Okay.
They go to prom. We're going to land this plane right now.
Which she was supposed to go to Jacksonville, so that one guy probably annoyed that
Yeah,
she
he's like,
showed up.
what are
Yeah.
you doing here? Anyway,
He's there with Anna Kendrick. She's
she's sitting on a bench next,
loves
to,
her more, though.
next to the forest, which is important because Jacob walks out of the woods
his third appearance in the movie.
barefoot,
Well,
okay?
sure.
In a tie to blend in. I'm supposed to be here. Just to say, we need you to break up with your boyfriend. That's it. No notes. And
My dad gave me $20.
We'll be seeing you.
And we'll be watching you.
Yeah,
Which is her thing. So she should be thrilled.
Yeah.
She
Watch
loves
me.
to be watched.
loves
Yep.
that.
It's her favorite.
Yep.
They go inside. Well, I leave for a minute and the wolves descend. Watch Twilight Part 2. I just wanted the wink to camera at that point, right? Break the fourth wall, Edward. You know you
Yeah.
basically want to do it.
Yep.
They go inside. So many finger guns are thrown in this prom
Oh,
from everybody. All they just told the extras, just do prom stuff. And everybody went finger guns. All of them.
Really?
There's so many people.
I think one did,
Yeah.
and they all just joined in. They're like, "Oh, we can. Oh, let's do this."
Yeah.
Nice.
They go outside. They dance in the gazebo for about 30 seconds to other people. And then you remember what you said?
Got to give time for the extras to clear.
Yeah. Extras clear off. Main characters
Yeah.
only.
Why does no one else dance in the cool gazebo?
Right. Well, they
Awesome.
were. And then they all like, shh,
I guess so.
Wait, the mysterious people are here.
Take a pause. Let the extras clear out.
extras go. They
Deadpool
keep dancing.
Yeah, that's what I got it from.
And then she's like, "Make me a vampire," and she like leans her head back. Right? He's like, "Are you ready?"
Way back,
You
too.
ready?
She just
right
like,
now?"
Is she still standing on his feet at this point?
I think so.
Oh.
She's like,
Well, he can hold her.
"You like when I show you this?" And just like shows her neck, and he's like, "Are you ready?" "Yes, I'm ready to be a vampire." And he's like, "I'm not going to end your life," right? And she's like, "I just do it. I want to be with you forever."
do it, you pansy.
And he reached out and he just kisses her neck.
I wonder if
and-
they give him
Which now he can
raspberry.
handle,
Which now he
again,
can
because
do.
of his 3-day
He
course.
didn't even say don't move.
Yeah. It wouldn't have done anything anyway. So.
But then he goes, "Isn't it enough to have a long, happy life with me?" She says, "For now," right?
Aw.
And I'm just going, I think I might even said this to you. Look, Edward just doesn't want to commit to forever with Bella.
That's
He's
what I'm
like, "Look, I
saying.
wait this out 80, 90 years, then I can move on."
How
to
many
the next."
Bellas has there been in the past, Edward?
That's what I'm saying.
Where, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not me, it's you. You could become a vampire and then I can never get rid of you.
Yeah.
Ever. Right?
Is exactly what it is.
That's got to be what it is.
exactly.
No.
That's what it is.
Right?
No.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
what does he want her to what does he want her to think like in that moment? Like
Right. I
she
want to
wants
be
to
with
spend
you.
forever with you, and then you're just like, no, your life is good enough.
How about
and then
80
I
years?
can date someone else when you leave.
I think, though, being immortal sucks.
Well,
And
yeah,
so
I'm
he
sure it
doesn't want to
does.
do that
That's
to
what
her.
it was. He was like, I don't want you to be a monster. Remember? That was the big
Yeah.
thing.
Cop out.
I know it was a cop out, but that was like his thing. Like, don't be like me, because I'm a monster. Check me out when I can run up these trees and throw this wood.
2050, I'm hooking up with another chick.
Yeah.
What it's going to be.
I can't wait to
And
grow
I don't
old.
think that was his intention, but he says stuff like that just sounds so bad, like he's literally
I'll
being
give you that.
manipulative.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
He's
You don't
not
think
good
so?
with.
No. Well, the whole movie is, again, it's supposed to be like, there's never been someone like her ever.
He's had over 100 years to
brood.
refine his
wanna-
craft.
Also, her
with-
sweater didn't make sense at the end.
That's true.
Thank you.
Oh, with remember the black boot with the blue dress and then a white.
Well, the boot was just broken leg thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but she should have had a black
go with it,
cardigan.
I was
to
like,
go with
maybe
the
it's
boot.
supposed to be like white, like wedding
is
dress,
it?
never been kissed kind of person.
I wouldn't want to deal with Kristen Stewart forever. That's
No.
just me. So
I don't think she wants to either.
No.
I never
saying.
said she did.
Yeah.
Some my half
saying.
of it. Yeah.
Not because you're not wonderful. I just don't think you're her
No.
type. She likes
Wow.
vampires.
I cut deep, James.
Obviously.
Vampires and stuff.
Poor Edward. As my wife said, Edward, you can only lick the cupcake. You can't eat it. That's a hard life.
I erased that from my brain, and you just brought that back for me, so I appreciate that.
That's the end
That's
of the movie,
wisdom.
guys.
That's wisdom.
Yeah. That's it right there.
Yep.
So what we got to do now is we're forced to make this movie palatable. Make the movie for those that don't already enjoy it, because like what you like, guys.
Right.
You're out there and now you're loving Twilight. Cool, do your thing.
You need more A1? We'll give it to you.
But for those of you who are not enjoying it, can we make it better somehow?
You know something? I'm going to go on a limb here.
Yeah.
I'm going to run up a tree on this one.
Oh, please.
And I'm going to say Sylvester Stallone's going to make this movie better.
Yeah.
I mean-
as what part?
Actually, I take that back. You know what absolute best celebrity would make this movie better? Blade. I say Wesley Snipes from Blade, because I want him to come in and just clean house.
That would be incredible.
Yeah.
Some people always try to piggyback up the mountain.
Piggyback uphill.
That's right. Let's go.
Yeah. But I think the fans want to know another character that would make this movie better.
I think, and I'm not even just
We should give it to him, though.
because we do this all the time. I think I would have loved this movie if Arnold Schwarzenegger had been in it. I think it
God.
changes everything.
What a revelatory idea.
Everything. If he was Edward,
What?
if he came in that
What?
cafeteria.
He's not pale enough.
No, they'd make him. I mean,
Okay.
neither is
Makeup.
Robert Pattinson, right? But like,
That'd be
you do
interesting to see.
makeup. You come in, and she goes, "Who's that?" We're from Washington, obviously, right? It'd be great. Hit Arnold doing the self-loathing. Listen to me. I know you look at me and you see that I'm a beautiful person. I've got this fantastic body, and right, and all these abs that I've established over a long life of working out for 90 years. But I'm a monster. You have to get away from me now. Do it. Right?
Pretty awesome.
Say it.
You work out 24/7. You never get tired.
Say it out loud. Do it.
You're a bodybuilder.
Are you afraid?
That's right. You afraid of the pump? Listen, you just come with me to the gym and I'll get you pumped up.
Instead of having her ride his back, he just throws her up the mountain
Just chucks her up
and
there.
then catches her when it gets to the top.
Listen, when we get up here to the top of this mountain, I'm going to show you why we don't go outside in the sun. Okay?
He rips
I'm
his shirt up and
I'm
brings out a
hideous.
bunch of baby oil, like smears it all over his body.
He just glistens, with baby oil when the sunlight comes out. Looks like he's at a Mr. Olympia competition. She's just like, good Lord.
I feel safe with you.
You're beautiful.
You should be afraid of me.
Beautiful.
Because I'm worried that one day we're going to be making out. We're going to be sitting here in the grass and laying together and just looking at each other's faces. And I'm going to accidentally flex a peck and it's going to put out your eye. I don't want to be cuddling you and maybe I break off your arm. Okay?
That's valid.
I'm dangerous.
Yep.
And also I'll bite you because I'm a vampire.
Yeah.
Let's see what the patrons had to say, guys. All right, who's playing along with it? Matt Masick playing along, and he says this one's easy. Make him Edward. Imagine
Yay!
Arnold's chiseled body sparkling in the sun when he reveals he's a vampire. Instant classic. Heck yeah, dude. John Seymour also playing along, and he goes, first off, longtime listener, I'm so happy I finally got picked. Was nervous, but pulled Bill O'Reilly and said, we'll do it live. Frick it. I hope you like my answers. The guy in the coffee shop where Edward is reading people's minds to show Bella his powers. I think it'd be funny for people to watch a semi-cute and dark romance movie and then boom, Arnold smiling in the distance, jacked as frack, thinking about cats. Just a quick scene, so all the watchers be like, what the f- is that
Yes.
Arnold?
That'd be funny.
And cats.
Perfect.
And cats.
Well
He
done.
doesn't say anything.
Yep.
Be perfect.
Money, sex, money, flexing.
Neil Calford playing along, and he goes, Arnold as Bella.
Yep.
Honestly,
That's who you would pick?
I think it'd be funny.
I had no idea who to pick for this. Not even Arnold could make this rotting dung ball of a movie better, but he'd do a hell of a lot better emoting than Stewart. Let's see. What would be the scene we could put Arnold in as Bella?
Of him, the first car accident. of Edward cradling Arnold.
Robert Pattinson cradling Arnold. Just stopping. His arm is up to stop it, but then it pans down. You see Arnold's arm was already stopping it,
Didn't need to do it.
and he didn't need to do anything.
Or if Arnold's the one on Edward's back going up the mountain.
Arnold on Edward.
Edward just. Well, I gotta get my breath.
Don't dance, okay?
They just throw that one log back and forth at each other.
That's right.
You're strong, I'm strong.
Yeah.
It's really not a problem.
Strong. Look at us both.
You should be afraid. I'm not afraid at all.
not afraid of you.
I benched a tree last week. So
I fought
let's
the
go.
predator.
That's right.
A mighty oak. Absolutely.
Oh, nice.
Well done.
Thank you.
Nice. I'm gonna give you 2 points for that.
Craig Soto. Can I just take a second and talk about how happy I am that Craig Soto is back doing an awards?
Really?
This was one of our first dudes
Yeah,
that
I
was
was gonna
listening
say.
to the show.
That goes way back.
From like when we first started. So shout out to Craig, man. I'm happy that you're on here, dude. Give him the role of Charlie Swan. Can you imagine Arnie having his daughter yell at him and trying to leave, only for that creepy vampire James watching him? Then begins the real movie where Arnold takes on that vampire and uses his double-barrel shotgun to kill him. That's the movie I want to see.
Yeah.
Dad Arnie hunts down vampire to save his daughter.
Yeah.
I just wish we'd gotten some Arnold Schwarzenegger movies where he was fighting supernatural things like monsters and stuff. It would have been a lot more fun. We finally have Lucas Layton playing along, and he goes, "Oh man, hear me out. Arnold is Charlie. Oh, look at this. Rearrange the whole story where now Charlie becomes a vampire after his witless daughter Bella is murdered by her vampire boyfriend. Sounds good to me." All of these, I think, basically point to the same conclusion. Arnold Schwarzenegger would have made this movie a million times.
10 out of 10.
No notes.
No notes.
No, just one note. 10 out of 10.
That's right.
That's my note.
I suppose. All right, let's start giving out some awards, guys. What do you say?
Yes, let's do it.
We'll start with the most prestigious award we give out. The one for the actor who just brought everything to the table, all their tools in their toolbox. They emptied the bag, so to speak, and gave it their all, even though they were in Twilight. It's the Will Patton Award for intensity.
You want a war? I'll give you a war!
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night! And if they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm gonna take every last one of you out. You make sure
They remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Yeah.
What are you doing with a gun in space?
I don't know.
That's the best. That's so good.
You a big Armageddon fan?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's great, but I think that particular line is just,
What are you doing with a gun in space?
what are you doing with the gun in space?
All right, so let's see what Lucas had to say, and then we're going to start with Nicole. And I know we had the order we would go in before, but just so you guys know, the new order is going to be across from me and around this way.
Counterclockwise.
So, counterclockwise. So Lucas says, Twilight as a whole definitely doesn't scream intensity, but I'm going to plant my flag. I'll give it to Cam Gigadet as James. He was, for the most part, he sells being a bad vampire with a borderline rapey vibe. Also wearing no shoes, even as a vampire, is unhinged. And so for Lucas, that's his first vote is for James, the dirty vampire.
So is intensity necessarily a good intensity or just someone who was clenching hard all of their whole body?
Clenching hard the whole time.
One of my favorite things is that after all these episodes, you always ask me to redefine what these awards are for. And I don't even say that with an ounce of like annoyance. I think it's hilarious. Okay, I do.
Good.
So
Good.
don't continue to ask. But
Great.
Yes, good performance, bad performance doesn't matter. It's just they were all in. I think we recently gave it to somebody either 2 episodes ago or the one before that gave a horrible performance, but they went so hard. The Jill Valentine in Resident Evil.
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh, she thought she was playing Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
Right. It was hilarious.
Yes.
So it can be any of those things. However you want to define it, really.
I think it's the vampire who was tracking Bella and got torn apart.
Yeah, James.
That's exactly the
yeah,
same
that's
guy
the
he
same
was
guy
talking
he
about
voted for. All right, no, it's fine.
didn't know
That's 2 votes for James. You don't have to
Okay.
go different.
Yeah.
This is how this works.
Yeah.
No, awesome. Craig Soto said, I wanted to give it to Robert Pattinson for the scene when he first got a whiff of Bella.
That's what I...
Oh, yeah.
No, I can see it.
I have to give it to Billy Burke, though, as Charlie. He was super intentional and caring father. He was a great friend and really decent sheriff. But my fiance, Sydney, for some reason, thinks Edward. She said he was the most dramatic of all the characters.
Yeah.
So there you go. Jenna, who was your vote for the Will Patton Award?
I'm going to go with Jasper. That's his name, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The guy that was like,
the look in his eye. I was like captivated by just how intense his and you only saw it a couple times.
Yeah, that's true. That's a valid vote.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Neil Crawford says Billy Burke is Charlie Swan. Back when those movies came out, everyone was either Team Edward or Team Jacob, but I'm firmly in the Team Mustache Dad territory. He plays every scene like he's not in a crappy teen drama about sparkly vampires, but in a serious movie, and that mustache is glorious, up there with Tom Selleck. So as we head into Joe's vote here, we got a 2-2 tie with a straggler vote for Jasper, but right now it's between James and Charlie. But it could still go. Plenty of votes left either way. Joe?
This is tough. This is a tough one, guys. Now, I do like the dad, but the fact that he was like punching a guy in a wheelchair, I thought that was just too much. And then, but I think I'm going to go with Jenna over here.
Whoa.
And go with Jackson Rathbone or whatever.
Yeah.
As Jasper. Because, I was going to give it to Robert Pattinson, but I forgot. That guy was, he had about 2 roles, and it was 100% every single time.
Oh,
So
my God.
I'm going with him.
2, 2, and 2. As we head into John Seymour, who does the dreaded non-flag plant here from John Seymour.
John.
No, it's his first time.
Oh, cut him some slack.
So we'll cut him some slack. But you got to pick a person. But it's a funny answer, so I'm going to read it here. His answer is the truck that almost hit Bella.
You know what?
I mean, it's funny,
I'm
but
gonna
you
say
can't do
that's
that.
valid.
That's totally great.
The truck tried so hard to take out the trash can full of dirt award, but was thwarted by the prepubescent Batman wannabe. So it's the van, rather, that almost took him out. Yeah, her out. But yeah, so very funny there from Jonathan. But we still stand at a 2-2-2 tie. Matthew Masick comes in and says, this one was tough for me. There weren't a lot of intense performances. I was between Billy Burke and Nikki Reed, but I'm going to plant my flag on Nikki Reed as Rosalie.
Okay.
During the dinner scene, when Bella says she already ate, you can see how mad she looked, and she shuddered the plate and goes off about her, making the entire family in danger. Same with the baseball scene. You can see the disdain in her eyes when she gets called out at home.
Wow. All across the board,
Yeah.
though.
So it falls to me then to break this tie between
pressure.
James,
The burden.
Charlie, and Jasper.
Pressure.
The burden upon.
And honestly, if it's just straight intensity, I'm going with Jasper.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
He just looked like he wanted to eat everything that came within 10 feet of him. He had very few lines.
He was a bit snackish.
I don't remember anything
Yeah.
that he said.
I think
just
his only
remember
line
that
was like,
look.
We're not in danger here, Bella.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice to meet you.
Right, exactly. So congratulations are in order to the guy that plays Jasper. What was his name again? Rothbone or something?
Rothbone. Jackson Rothbone.
Jackson Rothbone.
Jackson.
Good job, Jackson. We appreciate you, man. Now comes my favorite part.
Now comes my favorite part when
Yeah.
you asked Nicole to give it.
Well, she'll have one patron before, so she's got a little
Yes.
time to think. But we have our award here for the trash can full of dirt, named after Steven Seagal himself. Old Stevie being himself that has the acting range of a trash can full of dirt. Of
course.
And so this is for the worst acting performance in this movie. This is not a career award. There have been people that have had fantastic careers that I think are great actors, but in this performance, it just wasn't it. It's the trash can full of dirt.
Trash can, oh trash can, it's a trash can full of dirt. Yeah.
Love never dies.
Preach, Stevie.
Neither do they. Love is eternal. And that's a long time.
Yeah, it is. So wise.
He's like a stupid, ugly Buddha.
All right. Matthew Masick said, I'm giving my trash can to Kristen Stewart. Yes. She was just monotone and flat the entire movie. She showed little to no emotion. Even the scenes where she was hurt and or scared were poorly done and totally unbelievable. Matt minced no words and giving his nomination to Kristen Stewart. All right.
Now, for my favorite part of the show,
Nicole.
go ahead.
So,
Take all the time you need.
Yes.
Honestly.
so what if we made the trash can full of dirt be the character that we'd like to see played by a trash can full of dirt that just had really funny face on it?
Nope.
Because that would be Jasper.
Because
Because
here's-
I would just like a trash can that looked really hungry all the time.
Well, it's something I had to redefine recently is because people were starting to vote for just the character they like the least, like the meanest character or whatever. And I'm like, no, that's not what it is. It's
Yeah.
the worst performance in the movie.
Yeah.
Do you want me to come back to you?
Yes.
All right. So Johnny Seymour says, has to be Kristen Stewart. She's acting like she was a feral child that wasn't around people for years and then was told to be a normal angsty teen. As much as I love her, I kind of wish Edward didn't stop sucking her blood at the end. Dang, Jonathan. All right, Jenna.
I'm going Kristen Stewart.
Kristen Stewart, a third vote. Why?
Well, I think she was right for the role, right? I just think that I don't know. I think if she added more I don't know, emotion
Humanity?
and personality and
Yeah.
acting maybe into it,
No,
then it
just
would,
only those three.
That's it.
then I think it would have been better.
All three of those would have improved.
Her
the
look
performance.
for it was perfect though.
Yeah.
She just
And I, as I would usually say, I think she probably did as directed.
but
Probably not.
okay.
I don't know. I'm just kidding, obviously. But Neil said Kristen Stewart. Ooh. There was no shortage of terrible actors in this movie, from all the non-sparkly kids at school to the emo mortals. But Stewart looks and acts like a wax sculpture. I did some research, and apparently she only smiles 35 times in the whole movie. Robert the Tire from Rubber was a better actor than her. And I'd rather watch that for 24 hours straight than Twilight. Neil, how do you
That's
really
cold.
feel?
Yeah.
Joe?
Well, it sounds like, I mean, I think I know where Nicole's going to go,
Yeah.
but I think it's going to be pretty unanimous. Definitely it's Santa with muscles. Hulk Hogan.
Yes, of
he
course.
takes the cake. Obviously.
Obviously, I should have. Yeah.
I mean, who's going to argue with me? Anybody?
No, I had him down.
Sorry, I stole it from you. Then.
No.
But my second pick,
Yeah.
I still have to do that. Definitely Kristen Stewart. And I will tell you the exact moment that it became clear to me that I was going to vote for her. When Edward was sucking her arm, her cross-eyed look absolutely want to make me bust out laughing. This was supposed to be a intense scene, dramatic scene, and she just got this like,
Yeah, it was
look
bad.
on her face, and I was like, nope,
Yeah.
done. You lost me.
Yeah.
So that was the moment that it tipped to her favor.
Okay. I respect that.
James?
Yeah. Craig Soto says, I think there are a few candidates. Jackson Rathbone, the guy who plays Edward Scissorhands. I mean Jasper. Look at that.
Hey, look at that.
That's what he said.
Nice.
How about that?
nice.
Taylor Lautner as Jacob are targets. Both were stiff, didn't bring much to the table. However, by far the worst actor in the movie was Kristen Stewart. There's a reason why people make fun of her acting mannerisms that come from this movie. She tries way too hard to be nervous. I just think of the lip bite immediately. Like she does it so many times. And from Sydney's
chapped
insight
lips.
from reading books, fails at portraying a quiet, shy teenage girl. Lucas Layton says, absolutely without a doubt, it's the Native American guy at the beach who says, the Cullens don't come here. It's the most unbelievable delivery in the whole series. And that's saying something truly unremarkable. I'd rather watch Trash Can. Now, there's a stray from Lucas.
I'm okay with that, though.
I actually, and we'll let Nicole have the final word here. I actually don't have, I don't have Kristen Stewart as, I don't.
What?
I don't.
Hulk Hogan, Santa with muscles?
No.
No? Oh.
I had Cam Gigadent, the guy that played James, the Dirty Vampire. I thought he was awful.
He was bad.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
Intense. Sure. Got some votes, right?
Sure. Yeah.
But terrible.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
Yep.
Nicole?
So we've talked about almost every vampire, but we've never mentioned one of them.
Yeah.
The real big one.
The irrelevant one?
No.
No, the one that's dating the blonde girl.
Yeah.
The one with the hat?
Oh, Jock Vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jock Vampire.
Yeah.
So him.
He's bad.
He didn't do anything.
I forgot he was there.
Right? No one even remembered he was there. So that's why.
He jumped in the back of their truck
Yes.
one time.
Emmett Cullen.
Emmett Cullen.
He's not even a vampire. Yeah.
But that means, though, that Kristen Stewart, with way more votes than anybody else, is going to win the Trash Can Full of Dirt award. Definitely saw that coming. Her performance has been derided in this movie for years and years and years and years.
Nothing new there.
Nothing new there. It is time, though, to give out a positive award, so Nicole will be happy about that. It's the award we give out to a small part that did a lot with what little they had and made the movie better with their performance in a smaller role. It's the Steve James Unsung Hero Award.
You know, every place you go, there's always someone who thinks he's a badass, right? Then there are those few who are. Are you some kind of a badass karate boy?
All right. Lucas says, Look, it's Billy Burke as Charlie. He's the best. I truly believe he's a small town cop and dad just doing his absolute best. He really just makes the movie more entertaining as a whole. Also wants to give his Hot Babe Award to Nikki Reed, hands down as Rosalie. No further questions. All right. Lucas, respect. Nicole.
I really liked I can't think of his name right now, but the Native American in the wheelchair.
Yeah, Billy Black.
Billy, what's his last name?
I think it was Billy Black.
Black. Yes. Just really real. The most real human in the entire movie.
Absolutely. And I love that actor, and I can't remember what his name is. He's in Yellowstone.
Oh, he's in a lot of stuff.
Fantastic in that movie. He's been in tons of stuff. Really, really, really good.
He is Gil Birmingham.
There you go. Gil Birmingham crushes it again.
Yes.
Craig Soto says, my award for Unsung is the entire friend group from high school. Craig, Eric, Mike, Angela, Tyler, and Jessica, they're so welcoming to Bella, even though she didn't deserve it. Bella was stuck up, snooty, and such a brat. She didn't deserve good friends. I would have loved to have had the friends like that in high school. It's actually really refreshing to see that in a movie with teenagers where they just didn't revert to typical stereotypes. Collectively, they deserve the award. Sure, Craig, but you gotta pick one, bro. I know you know, but I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Anyway. Jenna.
I wanted to go with Anna Kendrick because I love her so much. She did a really good job, but I have to go with Charlie, I think.
Yeah, Dad.
Yeah, he just... I didn't really feel like very emotional with a lot of the stuff in this movie, but when she was leaving the house and saying all those mean things to him, it really like pulled at my heartstrings, and I think he did a really good job. So
Yeah. That's a good vote, I think.
Yeah.
I really like Charlie a lot. Neil Calford said, Bella's truck. Oh, jeez.
My gosh.
James, I know you probably want me to pick an actor, and you're probably saying plant your flag. But I got to give props to the 1963 Chevy Stepside pickup. It may look rough, but it's a classic. However, because you want humans, and I don't think he's in it that much, I will vote for Billy Burke, who is
Clint's
Charlie.
not here.
So you had me in the first half. Not going to lie, Neil. I was just about to scold you again, but he went with Charlie. So
That's why I'm confused. Billy Burke and Billy Black. I was like,
yes,
it can't be
Billy Burke is the actor.
I know,
no,
but
you're good. Joe?
Jenna, just on the point.
Oh, you guys are one mind today.
I have to say, it's the same thing. I wanted to give it to Anna Kendrick.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of hers. I thought her performance, it was almost her. I like the way she did the expo dump, or at least it kept the movie going with it. I like the way she did it.
Yeah,
and this dark and brooding movie, to have her a little bit more of a lighthearted way of moving the story along and giving some expo, I enjoyed.
And she
it.
gave some humor.
She's kind of a comic relief.
Helpful.
She was,
Like,
but
my boobs
again,
look great in this.
she also acted like a real human person.
Yeah, absolutely. Which brings
is
the
a low
point.
bar.
Yeah.
Everyone else made her look so much better.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
But again, going right off of that, acting like a real human, Billy Burke.
Billy Burke.
Because when Edward's like, don't worry, I'll take care of her for the second time, he's like, yeah, I've heard that before. It's just like,
oh, yeah,
that was like, that's real.
And natural.
He's cleaning the shotgun, before, he comes home and introduces himself and such. The fact that he didn't pick up on the cold handshake, I was a little annoyed, but I'll let it pass. So,
oh, jeez. Johnny Seymour.
See less.
Says Charlie. No, dude, he plants his flag. This time.
Okay.
He goes, dude's a single dad who's trying his best, and throughout the series, he keeps getting shocking news and is like, well, all right, teenage daughters are fucking whack, but I'm just going to send it. He said, Joe, that fucking whack almost spit out his beer or tea. It's tea. It's tea.
Some did come out.
Nice job, Johnny. You got him to do a spit take, man.
You jerk.
You went and totally redeemed yourself. Matthew Masick said, look, I'm going to go with Anna Kendrick here. This is the movie that introduced us to her and made her a household name. Arguably, she's done the absolute most after this movie than anybody else. And Matt, I'm not going to argue with you there. Also, I should say Johnny Seymour on his last one said, a hot babe to the girl who plays Alice. Don't know what it is, but if she asked me if she could steal all of my assets and ruin my life, I'd probably say yes.
Ashley Green was her name.
Yeah, Ashley Green. And then Matt Masick also said hot babe Nikki Reed as Rosalie or Rachel Leverve as Victoria. There's something about a crazy hot redhead. End of the day, I'm going with Nikki Reed as Rosalie. So she got 2 votes from the patrons. I guess that means she wins that award. Look, for unsung hero, I'm going with Billy Burke too. It's kind of a chalk pick, but I think it's because the bar is so low from everybody else that just the few people that could act like real humans, and I know they're vampires and not humans. No, but they're used to be humans and they're trying to approximate human behavior.
Yes.
And Bella certainly is still a human, right? So
kind of, maybe.
Just all he had to do was act like a natural dad, and he nailed it, and he did great. And I wish he was in more of the movie. And like some of the patrons said, it had just switched to a movie about him chasing down vampires with shotguns, and I would have been very happy with that.
I would have been ecstatic.
Would have been awesome. So that means that Billy Burke is going to win the Unsung Hero Award. Well
deserved, Billy Burke.
Nice job, buddy.
I'm proud of you, boy.
Me too. All right, guys. It's time to, as we said, land the plane. I know there are people that probably were curious going into this about what we were going to think and say about Twilight, and I know we've had our fun, but we have our fun and joke around even about movies that we like and enjoy. And so if you like this movie, what we're about to say doesn't matter, right? This is just our opinions. Like what you like, man. It's all good. As long as you enjoy it and have fun, keep enjoying it and keep having fun. Heck, watch it again tonight if you are so inclined. But we have to determine 2 things. How is the movie objectively, and this is the difficult part, we try to look at it as an objective piece of art, and then subjectively, right? It's either bad, we liked it, or it's just bad, or it's good, or it's good and it's bad, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Good or bad, objectively and subjectively. And we're going to start with Matt Masick is going to get the first word here before we give Nicole the floor. He goes, this movie has little to no redeeming qualities. It does touch on the forever battle of werewolves, vampires, not in this one, but this movie craps on all vampire lore in existence. They can survive in the sun, but they just sparkle. They have venom now, and you can suck it out like a damn snake bite. I did like the baseball scene set to Muse, and when Victoria, James, and Laurent come walking out of the fog in the woods, and they're all like gliding. But this movie overall is terrible. This is a bad movie that sucks. Full stop. Thanks, guys. This was fun. Hope to do it again soon. Matt Masick. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you, man. Awesome. Nicole, you have the floor to share all of your thoughts on Twilight.
It's a movie, and
I won't argue with that. You are correct.
Bad.
Just straight up.
Just the regular vanilla bad.
Wow. Ooh. Dang. What ultimately caused you to land there?
I just think because of some of the many times that I was forced to go, wait, what is happening? But not in a way like, is that a red herring that's going to take me somewhere? Yeah. It just was confusing. And there were so many elements that seemed not accidental, but like they were like, we'll figure that out later.
Right.
And they didn't.
So then I have an important question for you, though.
Yes.
Team Edward or Team Jacob?
I don't remember Team Jacob as far as in the next. As I did see the second movie, but I don't remember. I just know that it was more intensity.
Yeah,
and it was just uncomfortable altogether. So, I mean, we've established that there's a bunch of red flags about Edward. Yeah. I mean, they're like meant to be or something, but I still don't understand why.
Yeah.
So maybe Jacob, if he's not as like red flagged.
Okay. So to you, did the romance work? Because this movie, the whole thing, it sells its soul on this romance.
Yeah.
Like if this romance doesn't work, the movie doesn't work.
It works in that as a movie viewer, I have to believe what they say. And they say, I'm obsessed with you. I can't figure out why. And they keep saying it so much that I'm like, I guess they love each other. So based on the words and the fact that they just can't stop staring at each other, maybe.
Yeah.
Fair
so
enough.
like I do think that they like each other. I think there's some chemistry between them.
Okay.
But there's just, I don't know, maybe they just needed different lunch. I don't know. The actors seemed like they had something going on.
That's probably what it is. They needed to eat better.
Yeah.
Johnny Seymour says, bad movie that rules. I grew up with these movies coming out. I read the books and had to watch the movies. They became a staple of a bad movie night, but everyone always was invested. It's crappy filtered throughout the entire film, along with the stick people acting. Somehow has enough charm to suck us all in. Plus that, what is it? Ho, ha, ha, ha sound in the background.
Oh.
It's stuck in my head for days. I don't know if I did that right, but it's just HOA, HOA, HOA. It's like,
No. Yeah, that background music.
No idea. He did say the baseball scene is entertaining as fact. Thanks, you guys rule. Plan on doing more of these, and take care. P.S. James was wrong. Back to the Future isn't a 10, it's an 11. Thanks, Jonathan Seymour.
When she was
Appreciate
pitching
you, man.
that baseball, since you're talking, why did she point her toe like that?
That's a great point.
I don't know.
I've never seen a wind
She
up
did
that
have
way.
a great point,
But
by
it
the way.
affect.
But I didn't get it. So
Genevieve.
It's a bad movie. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But I think it's a bad movie that rules.
What?
I know. And I always, because I haven't seen it up until this time of watching it, and I always thought it was so cringy, the people that were like all over it. And maybe it's because it's meant to reach my age group, but I think it works. And I think it's so cringy that I love it because I think that stuff is so funny.
Okay, good. Because I was just gonna say my reaction wasn't because I was saying, making a judgment, only to say I watched the movie with you.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised you landed there because of how hard you roasted.
I think it's a bad movie that rules because I see it as a comedy, not
Got
a
it.
romance.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
That makes sense because
If I was seeing it in that light, then it'd be a bad movie, full stop.
we've been doing movie nights since you were a little kid. We've
Yeah.
watched a lot of movies together. I've never seen you laugh that much at a comedy that you laughed last night when we watched Twilight. Non-stop laughter and
You
squealing.
enjoyed it.
It's exactly if I like me picturing like the cringiest like rom-com like vampire or whatever. Like it's exactly what I thought it was gonna be.
Perfect.
Exactly.
They didn't disappoint you.
Yeah,
then.
well-
That's awesome. All right. Fair enough. A bad movie that rules. We've got here Neil Crawford, and he says, bad movie that sucks on the end of a sewage pipe.
Oh, jeez.
okay.
I can't believe I volunteered to watch this garbage. My cat threw up a hairball while I was watching this, and it was way more interesting and captivating. I went and watched Blade afterward for some real vampires, not sparkly tweens. And apparently there's a 3-hour extended cut of this crap.
Ooh.
What's in the extra hour? More scenes of unspoken non-tension? I beg, I plead with DH9K. Never make us watch the rest of them. Hashtag Team Mustache Dad. He does, after hammering Kristen Stewart as a Steven Seagal trash can winner, he goes, P.S. if you want to watch Stewart in a good movie, check out Underwater from 2020. It's like Alien, but on the ocean floor. She's great in it.
Oh, cool.
So look at that. Neil at least pointing us towards a good performance.
There you go.
She's
from
had time
Kristen
to evolve.
Stewart.
from 2008.
Absolutely.
I didn't know she was still like acting and stuff. Though.
Yeah.
So I got to go check out Underwater now.
Yeah.
So appreciate that, Neil. Joe, you have the floor about Twilight. Oh, I forgot to ask Jenna. Hashtag Team Edward, Team Jacob.
Oh, well, I am gonna watch the other movies.
Okay.
Because I kind of have to at
Yeah.
this point. I think just based off this movie, I'm gonna say Team Jacob.
Team Jacob.
Yeah, just because he's a cute, like, sweet kid. In this movie, I don't know how he is in the other one.
He does have an underdog quality.
Yeah, so maybe my opinion will change.
Underwolf.
But
Are you going to wait until we have to do the next episode, or are you just going to watch them on your own?
did the second one get just as bad
Well,
as
I
the
mean,
movie?
it's yes, they all got
It's
poorly rated.
eligible. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So you can watch them on your own if you want to. I'm just curious if you want to wait. I mean, so it's fresh the first time
Yeah.
you do it, but I'd
be down to do it.
I won't make you stop yourself if you want to go watch.
I'm not gonna watch it in my free time unless I'm with someone. Like
Got
I'm
it.
not just gonna.
All right. Cool. So it's one for Edward, one for Jacob, and no, you said Jacob too.
Jacob.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
because of red
sorry.
flags.
That's right, red flaggy guy.
Yeah.
Nobody's gone Team Edward yet, but we'll save that to the end. Joe, first,
Possibly.
give me your thoughts here.
Well, without a doubt, it is a bad movie. But it kills me to say this. And I'm going to tell you right now, most likely I am going to get disappointed. Because I feel if I watch the next one, I'm going to regret saying this. I kind of want to see the next one.
No.
I don't know
That's
why.
what I'm saying.
I don't know why.
Part of me was like,
I don't want to say that,
turn
but
on the second one.
I think it's a bad movie that rules.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
'Cause,
Speak your truth. Speak it.
I mean, my wife digged it, and I mean, I'm kind of they left some questions that I kind of want. I want answers.
Yeah.
It's a stupid movie. I'm not gonna can't deny it.
All right.
But I kind of want to know answers.
You're so into this. You're so into
I
No,
love that.
I love it.
I
No,
love
Shut
that.
up.
Life
love
is
it.
Shut up.
Life
I'm
is
not
too
into this.
short.
Like what you like, man. I'm not giving you a hard time.
Life is
No,
too
I-
short.
I'm just
Enjoy
trying to
it.
get you to say what you're holding back from saying. You're so into this.
This is amazing.
Team Edward.
There's a heart in there. Hashtag Team Edward.
I love it.
I'm so glad you're on this
Me
episode.
too. 112%.
Why did you bring me on this episode?
Because it's Stephanie.
I didn't want to get sucked into this.
Blame her.
I didn't want to get sucked into it.
Next time you see Stephanie, blame her. Okay? If you become a
Wrong.
mega fan, if I ever see you walking around with a t-shirt that says Team Edward on it,
He's not going to have that. He's just going to have himself sparkled with
That's what it
with
is.
paint
There you go.
under his shirt every day.
Great. Craig Soto.
I hate you guys.
Both Sydney and I think this is a bad movie, full stop. There was so much cringy dialogue. Chemistry between Edward and Bella wasn't even there. Bella was completely miscast. This movie has to rely so heavily on her, and she did a terrible job. I think that she was way too young at 17 to be acting in this movie. It seems like she's so inexperienced in the movie and doesn't know how to do it. The relationship between Edward and Bella is cringeworthy with the age difference, 100-year age difference, gaslighting, and what comes across as the bipolar or emotionally abusive relationship. Yeah, Craig, yeah, you're hitting on all these things that are 100% in there.
Yeah.
You're not even like pulling stuff out that's not there. It's it's not subtext, it's just text. Okay? It was very toxic and uncomfortable to watch. This sets a bad example for teenagers about how relationships work.
Oh, yeah.
Craig,
100%.
Yeah.
great take. Oh, and then the fact that they twinkle and don't explode into a ball of fire in the sun is infuriating, okay? If the sun doesn't hurt them, why are they hiding? They're stronger, faster, and can live longer than humans. Why not turn everybody into vampires? What are they afraid of? They should be ruling the world. I hate this movie for not only how bad it is, but how it perpetuated the idea that you could turn all young adult books into successful movie series. If I could go back in time, I would do whatever I could to make sure that this movie was never made. Wow,
Dang.
Craig. Coming in hot. I love it.
Yep.
And bringing up the rear here, Lucas Layton says, this movie was a phenomenon, but was it necessarily made for me? No. No, it wasn't meant for me. One of my biggest enjoyments is watching movies with my wife, and this is one of her favorite series. So it also has a special spot for me. I really like how the movie was directed and shot. Of course, it has a corny writing, the whelming storyline, but I don't think those detract from the overall product. I might be the only one that's going to say it, but this is a good movie. Full.
There you go.
stop.
Do it.
Lucas.
Speak it.
Love
Man.
it, man. We've touched almost all the bases here, and it's hard for me. Go ahead if you.
I was going to say, was it just a green filter? Is that what they?
Yeah, I think so.
Just green.
They're just like, make it all green, and then they won't notice that we didn't put makeup on their ears.
Yeah. I think this movie influenced a lot of other movies.
Oh, for sure.
So
Maze Runner,
it has that.
Shawshank Redemption.
Maze Runner. Yeah. What's the one? Divergent. I'm trying to think of all those.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Yep. Hunger
I mean,
Games. Yeah.
there's a lot of
Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. League of Their Own.
It's
All
the
right.
movie of
Twilight.
of stairs.
So, here's my thoughts.
Okay.
It's a bad movie. Here's why. Because it's not even about some of the things that we've talked about that make it a bad. I mean, like the horrible characterization of Edward is just a garbage person that she becomes obsessed with, even though he does everything you shouldn't do to have someone be obsessed with you.
I know.
And all that. It's just, it literally comes down to me to like people that don't know how humans behave, even though you've been a human your entire life and you live in this world, and like just be natural.
Of course.
I don't want to be able to tell that you're acting. If you act like you're acting, that I hate it. Yeah. I hate it. Yeah. Just you've got to be able to say lines. You're professionals, and even if the dialogue is trite and dumb, your job is to be able to say it in a way that sounds like you've just thought of it and you've never said it before, and I have to believe what you're saying. And nobody outside of like Anna Kendrick and Charlie are able to just act like a human person. It's bad.
Yep.
It also rules.
Yes!
Because it's so stupid.
I love
Because it's so stupid.
that I laughed so hard.
Yeah.
And I had so much fun crapping on this movie with my daughter.
Yep.
Okay. Where we just tore this thing. Dana's throwing zingers in there the whole time. And I'm like, this is more fun than we have sitting and watching actual comedies. Right?
I enjoyed watching it with my
100%.
wife.
100%.
I needed a group of pals. Is what I needed.
Right.
Maybe that's the difference.
Watching it with, I mean, bring Jim into the next one and make him sit and watch it with you.
I think that's
And
why I
watch how
couldn't
much-
watch the second one alone.
Yes.
Because I think being in a group of people makes the dynamic so much more
Yes.
fun, for sure.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So it's a terrible movie objectively. They fail on almost every account of being
Yeah.
a good movie as a piece of art. But I enjoyed the crap out of it.
Great.
So, yeah,
Good.
that's right.
I need to get that in writing, that you
Yeah.
enjoyed Twilight so much.
I enjoyed for all the reasons they didn't want me
Well,
to.
this is
enjoy
going to
it,
go on
though.
YouTube.
There's some
so-
proof out there.
Okay,
Close
awesome.
enough.
Yeah.
Okay, are you Team Jacob or Team Edward?
Oh,
Oh, come on.
Because we got
gosh.
Edward, two Jacobs.
is death
What?
an option?
No. You need a
No.
plant to
You
flag.
have to-
Plant
James.
your flag,
Yeah.
James.
I don't know enough about Jake. I haven't seen the
Yeah,
other movies.
I know that's what's hard.
I don't know enough about Jake. Maybe Team Edward, Team Jacob is a movie 2 question, but I'll answer it
I think it is,
we've done it.
but
But
Yeah, you can change yours.
so I'll change it probably in 2. But I'm only going to say Edward because I don't know anything about Jacob. Not because I think Edward's a catch by any stretch of the imagination. That's why I want to pick none of the above. Give me option C.
Yeah.
But Jacob is like a dude in the forest that comes out to give exposition once in a while. Like, I know nothing about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could see how our answers change.
Yes.
From
Yeah.
For sure.
to the next one
For sure. I can't wait till that day when the 4 of us reconvene at a table.
Oh, wait. Maybe I regret my decisions in life.
And we get to watch them again, stare at each other and
Yeah.
go, are they going to make out? Are they going to throw up? Are they going to explode?
Yes.
Who knows?
Yes.
But
That's the thrill of it.
And yes.
it's time for us to wake up our resident AI
Uh-oh.
and see what's in store for us next week.
I'm tired. I'm scared.
So, DH9K, are you there?
No.
Oh.
What do you mean, no? You have to come on and you have to tell us what our movie is for next week.
No.
Oh,
What? She's a
She's
bit,
being
a little difficult there. I mean, have you said some nice things to her?
Are you mad about something?
Yes.
Oh.
What are you? Is it because we badmouth Twilight?
Yes.
She's a Twilight fan. Listen, DHK9. Yeah. I was a fan.
Yeah.
James said he was a fan.
Yeah.
I think
Not in the way she wants me to be, though.
No, but I think just give us a chance. No, we're gonna make our minds up a little bit later.
No.
What?
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, the good
playing
news is that when
stubborn.
this happens, I do always have a paper copy because when I have her do the movie polls, so joke's on you. I can just tell everybody what the freaking next movie is.
Wow.
Okay.
Don't make her mad.
Do you want to go to sleep?
No.
Too bad. You're going to sleep. All right. Good night, DH9K. The next week's movie is a full Dudikoff pick from one of our patrons.
I love the full duties.
Not Jack Dean, who has been our resident full duty here. We have the Jack Dean Memorial sign here posted behind me up on the wall, paid for by 5 months of his full Dudikoff membership. So thank you, Jack. But this is actually Johnny Golab has stepped up and
nice.
gone full
Thank you,
Dudikoff.
Johnny.
And so he picked, by all accounts, a samurai cop level ridiculous looking film called Kill and Kill Again. Is the movie that we're going to be covering next week that Joe would have been on had Stephanie been able to be here this weekend, but he got switched to Twilight because I know this is right up his alley. But Kill and Kill Again will be happening.
Joke's on you. I like Twilight.
Yeah, he's glad he's here. He's glad.
Yeah, so see, it all worked out. The next weird, stupid movie we do, I'll make sure that you're on. This was a little bit of a switcheroo
Twilight
this month, okay? But yeah, I guess Twilight 2 would qualify. Yeah. So if you haven't seen Kill and Kill Again, go watch the trailer and you'll still be confused as to what exactly we're going to be reviewing. But even if you've never seen the movie and you don't want to see it, just listen anyway to the episode because we'll walk you through the whole thing step by step. We'll
Be
tell
like
you.
you're there.
We'll tell you the story.
That's right.
You don't have to subject yourself to 2 hours of this.
Let me tell you a story about a man named Jed.
That's right. And we killed and killed again. That's what we're going to be talking about. So thank you guys all for being here. I want to say thank you to Nicole Freer.
Thank you.
Thank you, Genevieve.
Thank you.
And Joe, thank you, sir. I'm so glad you were here.
High five.
High five. And on behalf
two
of
bros
everybody,
bonding
I'm
over
your host over Twilight.
Is there a better place?
Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you guys for being here. I'm your host, James Hauser, and we'll catch you on the next one.
By the way, it's okay if you're pale, we still like you.
Unless you're a jerk.
Then we don't.
Don't gaslight chicks. or rip their face off.
Stay out of the room till you're invited. Yeah.
Don't go downstairs. It's our ice toilets down there.
Blue balls.
But I gotta tell you, if you're sparkly, let's talk. My favorite color is shiny.
He really was a good whoosher. He would just whoosh
The
so well.
whooshiest.
Yeah, honestly.
The whooshiest.
I question myself now.